When I first saw her, a black cat crossed my trail. Bad news and high heels made me go off the rails. But one look at her, she's oh so fine. I know I've got to make her mine. She's just my kind, I can't get her off my mind. She's my kind of woman, I need her so. Yeah, my kind of woman, I can't let her go. 5 feet of dynamite will keep me dancing through the night. You know, a black cat got nothing on a lucky man. Saturday night. Saturday night. New shirt, new shoes, no room for oversight. Well, I'll be cooler than James Dean, and she'll be hotter than Marilyn. When there's electric in the air, you better be prepared. She's my kind of woman, I need her so. Yeah, my kind of woman, I can't let her go.
Level 6! And we have it! Big orange bird!
Who is going to win?
Well, the Shadow Hunter is not the portal too quickly, maybe!
别催我，
Zero's turn
如
on
你
the
所愿。
Are we going? Silence on the
尝尝这个。
That was used, so we can use the shackles now! But is there silence on the paladin as well? Maybe the supply?
别挡道。
Archmage? Demon Hunter is dead now though, isn't he? Potion!
尝尝这个。
No way! The knight killed the one! No way! This was never meant to happen. Hello and welcome everybody to day 2 of the Super League Ascension. $28,000 on the line, Warcraft 3's premier tournament. And we dive into the top 10 today. Yesterday, what a showing by Moon. Jesus Christ. Out of nowhere. He kills Fly, he kills Focus, and he also killed Starbuck. God damn, that was hot. God damn, that was hot. And hopefully you enjoyed the cast. Hopefully you enjoyed the games. It is the best Warcraft 3 on the planet. 2 orcs eliminated. 2.5 orcs eliminated, I guess. And today, no balance wine. Let's go. It's gonna be so good. 4 hours. Not a single balance complaint to be heard. Because today is all Night Elves. Every single player today is a Night Elf. Moon, of course, ascending, and therefore a Night Elf. And according to the bracket, the next 3 players here were LawLiet, Life, and ColorFul. And that's gonna be the Ascension order here today. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Who's the best elf of them all? There we go. Almost butchered that. Almost butchered that. Leon! You handsome devil! Thank you for the raid. It was a nice morning. I tuned in a little bit. Saw you playing on that forsaken KK platform again. You gotta grind for the War 3 Champions Finals, my dude. Grind! Hope you're doing good. You look good. But you always look good. What can I say? Leon, I appreciate you. That's what I want to say. As I appreciate so many lovely people in the chat. Hello, Sharky. Hello, Max. Hello, BG Morgan. Hello, Techo. And of course, Mr. Vesti, who sent in a nice little video message yesterday. Hello, MVP Youngfang. I still believe you won the lottery. Or found like some oil in your backyard or something. You know what? Everybody is complaining. Everybody is complaining about today. But let's look at the bright side. We're gonna eliminate 3 Night Elves here today. Right? That's the good thing about today. Out of 4 Night Elves, 3 will die. And only a dead Night Elf is a good Night Elf. But yeah, this is the Warcraft scene today. Without exception. Maybe the Night Elf Discord. But that's it. That's what it is today. Mr. Remo Timo with the big true. Oh, nice. Once again, man. Shout out to Mr. Remo Demo, the prophet of the Wednesday Warcraft scene. He predicted Moon's performance yesterday. Will his predictions stay true today? Or will you be the better predictors? Is the Moon fandom going strong? I'm wearing my LawLiet t-shirt today. Obviously. It is clean even for this occasion. LawLiet in a cartoon way as the Warden represent LawLiet all the way. For me personally, of course, I'm gonna cast it straight down the middle, neutral Neo. You know me. But yeah, it's the Night of Civil War today. It's Korea versus China. We start with the Korean Derby, and then, of course, the Chinese Life and ColorFul are waiting. So I think Kao is the best Knight of Mirror player in the world. But for a long time, I wasn't so sure. Because it's the Chinese Night Elves and their Kao is clearly on top. And in my opinion, in Korea, LawLiet is on top. And when they clashed, Kao took the title. Of course, we got some stats to back it up. Of course, I was digging through all the available sources that we got. And it isn't that clear today who's winning. So, real quick, for everybody who's tuning in for the first time in a while, this is the Super League. We had 6 weeks of group stage, over 200 matches, 15 players. Everybody played the other, and we got a ranking. Labyrinth winning the group stage with 13 wins in a row. Happy only second with 3 losses. Against Lappy, 40, and Lin, Fortitude 120, Kaho, Infi, Lin behind it, Sock, ColorFul, Live, LawLiet, and Starbuck Focus Moon. Starbuck Focus Moon were already eliminated. No, sorry, Starbuck Focus and Fly were already eliminated yesterday. They will be going into relegation as there is a Dolphin Cocoon Butterfly Cup going on. Where you can gather points, and the leaders in the point rankings will, the best 3 will play against Starbuck, Focus, Fly for a potential next season spot. So all these players are put into one big bracket. It's called Ascension Bracket. Rank 15 was playing rank 14. Moon wins, advances, plays rank 13. That was Focus. Moon wins, advances. He's playing rank 12. That was Starbuck. Easy clap for Moon. That was the most one-sided game by far yesterday. So Starbuck out. And now LawLiet is next as rank 11, then Live, then ColorFul. We're breaking into the top 10 today, and then tomorrow, Sock, Lin, Infi. The day after tomorrow, Kaho, 120, Fortitude. And then the day after tomorrow, the top 2 players, the best players in Happy and Labby are waiting. So how far can Moon take it? I think it is pretty clear. Like, one thing is clear. Night Elves will win every single game in the first 2 days of this tournament. That to me is a clear Night Elf overperformance if you ask me. But who's asking me? How far can Moon push it? Moon is always the best when he can prepare for a certain amount of time. We were impressed by his plays versus Fly, and then we thought, okay, can he adapt his strength in Night Elf versus Orc to focus his playstyle as well? And the answer was yes. And then the question was, well, he obviously prepared well for the orcs, but what about the human matchup versus Starbuck? And he was goddamn prepared. 3 different heroes, same result. Even the Keeper, no chance for Starbuck on any of the maps, really. Now we had like 20 hours to polish up his Night Elf play. And this might all be Night Elves, and you will meme that it's going to be a lot of Bear Mirror, but these 4 Night Elves are pretty different, I'd say. Moon was known as the bottom player and the tower pusher for a very, very long time. And he wanted to avoid Bear Mirror at all costs. I wonder if that's still true. I think at the moment we have as much Bear Mirror as we rarely had before. Moon and LawLiet are pretty much the creative ones. The guys with deep toolboxes and cheeky plays and a bit of cheesy plays as well. We've seen Hippo Rider rushes and mass Ancients of War in the early stages of this tournament. That is clearly the advantage for LawLiet and Moon. They got it up here in the brain. And then they face Life, who is probably out of all 4 players here today, the most vanilla. Dryad Bears all the way. And I say that with ColorFul in the mix, because there's one thing special about ColorFul, and everybody who was watching in the past couple of weeks knows. ColorFul is the #1 Chimera rusher. I wonder if we see that here today. That is, of course, hard to prepare for. 3 different styles of Night Elves, especially for Moon and LawLiet. It gets easier a little bit the further you're down. But also ColorFul, like, who does he prepare for? Life, LawLiet, Moon? We'll see about that. I can tell you a couple of stats, as I said. I have prepared a little sheet. These are the stats this year of the 4 players. LawLiet has a positive track record versus Moon with 4-3. LawLiet and Life are pretty much down the middle, 2-2. And LawLiet also has a positive track record versus ColorFul. The only player who has a positive track record versus LawLiet is Cahill. Does that make LawLiet the favorite? We'll see. Moon 2-0 Life so far. That is very dominant. Moon has an even track record versus ColorFul. That is 2-2. But Life has a positive track record versus ColorFul. So ColorFul, master of Bear Mirror, has no positive track record here. Isn't that interesting? So LawLiet beats Life. Life beats ColorFul. ColorFul is even versus Moon. And LawLiet is even versus Life. This is so hard to predict today. LawLiet versus Moon is, of course, our opening match on this patch. They're 1-1 in the group stage. It was a 3-1 in favor of LawLiet, who has a slightly better track record here with 5-3 versus 3-4. So, including the ELO rank, this is a slight win probability for LawLiet, but it's a coin flip. It is a coin flip, especially in the mirror with items in. We don't know. So, if we go according to that, the next match would be LawLiet versus Life. The last encounter was won by Life in the group, but a 3-2. It could go all the way. Life's overall stats versus Elf Dispatch are really not that good. But he has the higher elo. So, Night of Mirror performance, LawLiet gets the edge. Overall, Life might be a bit better, but still LawLiet wins. And then also versus ColorFul, on this patch 2-0 for LawLiet. The last encounter was a win for LawLiet. He has a way better track record versus Night Elves on this patch. So according to these stats, LawLiet is the favorite. Will he go all the way just like Moon did yesterday? Is Moon just stepping it up big time? I don't know. I don't know. So I asked our beloved ChatGPT, and I put in the 4 players elo, and I put in their stats versus Night Elf this year. So this is then what our favorite tool suggests. LawLiet versus Moon is basically 60-40. LawLiet versus Life is also 60-40. And LawLiet versus ColorFul is 66, is 2/3 in favor of LawLiet. Okay. Moon versus Life is 80% actually. Interesting. For that, Life pretty much the underdog, and Moon ColorFul is basically a coin flip, similar to Life and ColorFul. So, given that this is an Ascension stage, ColorFul has only one map, right? Only one match. He only plays the winner of the previous 2 series. So, his chances to advance, 42%. That also means he is the underdog in pretty much every match that he plays, possibly. Like against LawLiet, underdog against Moon, underdog against Life, underdog. And then LawLiet and Moon, who have the longer path in the Ascension, have around a 20% chance to ascend, with LawLiet being the victor. He just has the penalty of having to win 3 series, which is hard. Is real hard. And according to the stats, Life is the big underdog today. Curious if this is gonna be the outcome then as well. It's incredibly hard to predict. So we asked some stats. We asked a ChatGPT, but we didn't ask you today. So here's the poll. New poll. Who survives day 2? Moon, LawLiet, Life, ColorFul. Super cool how hard this is to read. Changer, welcome, welcome, welcome. Changer cheering for Moon. All right, all right. The race is on. Couple of Moon fans. Moon, 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 Moon. Quite some Moon fans. Interesting. 0 LawLiet believers. 0 LawLiet believers. Really? Okay, I'm gonna lock in. I'm gonna vote myself if you don't do it. This is disgusting. Thank you, Buzz Double L, for the 6 months. Okay, vote LawLiet. There we go. Where's my LawLiet army? Okay, now I voted myself as well. There we go. There we go. Believe in the stats. ColorFul has the advantage to study all opponents. Big true, Chaos Front. The question is it then too late? Of course he can lean back and watch the others play. Same for Life against Moon and LawLiet. Can I see the Promise Neutral Neo again? Of course, very neutral. Except in the LawLiet games. Okay, now things look a little bit like ChatGPT, except that we have the big Moon bias. Okay. Is it a coincidence that the balance pie chart has the same shape as a moon, while moon is the highest earning player? Hey, Changer, did you pour some of the strong stuff in your morning coffee? It's very hard to predict. It's very, very hard to predict. I reached out to some of my Night Elf friends. So I was yelling into the void. Nobody answered. Nobody answered. Haven't gotten a Night Elf video clip here today. Sad. Very sad. But hey, what can I do? Again, in a case you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm asking for video clips of you guys. We want to show them here on the broadcast, and we did so yesterday with Pato and Vesti. Very, very likable appearance they had. So this was the tweet I sent out. Still remains true. Send us a short video message, 30 to 60 seconds. Your thoughts on the tournament. Who are you cheering for? Your bold prediction for the matches for the finals. Send it to me via Discord. Send it to me via email. And today we got 3. And one is specifically great. So I want to play the first one, a community voice from someone that's with us for a long time. He was probably around when we were still casting in German. I'm not 100% sure, but you will know him from chat. Here is a little greeting from For Real PJ.
Hey guys, For Real PJ here from Germany. Just want to drop a message for all of you guys. I just want to say that the Super League, the new format, is just sick, and the hype is so real. To be honest, I'm watching every day the broadcast from Back to Warcraft. It's so fucking amazing. But guys, there is just 1%, and this is the 100%. And to be precise, it's fly 100%. So my man, just keep rocking. I love you. Watching you since, I don't know, 20 years maybe. I by myself, I'm not an active Warcraft player, but I just love to watch all of these amazing tournaments. Yeah, just love this game to watch and to celebrate. And yeah, oh my God, I just love it. But the hype is real, but I think one of the winner would be, I think Happy will do it again, or Lynn. So let's go, guys. Love all of you. Bye-bye.
Fly unfortunately eliminated, but hopefully you still have fun. I see you in the chat, my dude. What a handsome devil you are. God damn it. I was opening the clip and I was stunned by the beauty of For Real PJ. Love your turtle tattoo, man. That looks really freaking good. Appreciate you, mate. I was very, very happy to see you in person, basically. That's nice. We got 2 more. Of course, you can send them to me via Discord, via email. We want to see the community here. During the Super League. Of course, Mr. Remo Demo will join us. He is in the chat, but I think we broke down all the stats that we possibly could. The poll has been established as well. To you guys, Moon is going through. The majority of people think Moon is seriously going to win 6 games. All right. ColorFul actually second favorite for you, but it's basically a coin flip between LawLiet and ColorFul here, and Life the underdog. I'm not sure, but wasn't Remo saying Life is gonna surprise us all today? We'll see. Cool to have bit more community interaction here. And oh man, this is a Beetlejuice moment here. Say his name and he appears, Mr. Remo Demo.
Hello, Mr. Neo. Hello, Twitch chat. How we doing today? Second day of the playoffs. I shall come when I am summoned. And of course, today is the day I'm most looking forward to, Neo. It's my favorite matchup. It's a day full of Night Elf Mirror. Big time Pog. Only one Night Elf will come out of today. It's going to leave us with 2 elves for the rest of the tournament. And then things are going to get very serious. I think you were just talking about Moon. The people, of course, the fans would love to see Moon advancing. I see the poll is trending towards Moon for who survives day 2. Let me tell you, I would love to see it happen, bro. It would be so epic. After Moon has had not just a quiet, small period, but honestly, a quiet couple of years. If he could have that deep, sick run here, I would be in for it. I would be all in for it. Dude, if Moon made it to the final, this would be one of the best tournaments of all time.
Yes.
This would be the sickest tournament run, certainly, in all of Warcraft history, if Moon somehow made it to the final. Unfortunately, though, I think if we do go for a reality check, I think very often good things must come to an end, Neo. And I think today is the day where this run comes to an end. I think you were trying to recall my prediction. My prediction for today is Moon beats LawLiet, then loses to Life, and then Life also beats ColorFul, and Life makes it through. And with that, I am in the clear minority today, apparently, as far as the predictions go, but that is what my gut is telling me.
Your gut was absolutely amazing yesterday. The only one to predict this Moon all kills, so I'm having a hard time arguing against you, but you know what they say, right? A blind hen finds a corn every now and then. You like to be a contrarian in general, so I see what you're doing there. The stats are against you, the people are against you, at least, like they like you, of course, but they're against your prediction. But you know what? Would be nice, because Life has impressed us so much prior to the tournament, and then during the tournament, it was lukewarm, I would say. Now is the time to show what he's made of.
Yeah, this is where you have to deliver. This is where finally you have to show what you're capable of, what you've been practicing for. As we know, Life practices and plays a lot, including tons and tons of show matches against Stock, for example, but also on the ladder. He's one of the most diligent players. And when he's in peak form, damn dude, does he look good. Question is, can he bring it today? And my feeling is he finally will. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm off base here. In fact, if we look at the run that Life had towards the end of the season, that does not support my argument, because he is on a 6-game lose streak right now. He had a decent start into the season. 2 wins, 2 losses, 2 wins, 1 loss, 1 win. Was pretty good, pretty decent. And then 6 losses in a row. So I'm leaning myself pretty far out the window here, saying that he's going to do better today. But yes, indeed, I think he does. Maybe it does him some good to have a bit of a break between playing those additional series. Life was... Hold on, was he playing WSB? I forgot. I think he wasn't playing WSB. Wait a minute. No, he was not playing WSB. So maybe a little bit of time to collect himself, to get ready for the big challenge now, because this obviously is the biggest tournament, is the biggest challenge, the biggest prize money, the biggest prestige. And yeah, I hope he can show his best here today. Let me put it this way. If Life plays his very best, I think he's going to annihilate everyone today.
Okay, that is a very bold prediction. Well, in the group stage, he's 1-3 against the other Night Elves. We can take a look at the others here as well. LawLiet is 1-0, 2-0, 2-1, 2-2. Moon on the other side. Where is he? There we go. He is 1-0, 1-3. And ColorFul in the Night Elf Mirror is 0-1, 0-2, 1-2, and 2-2. So, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm trusting in the stats. I don't see a bright future for Life, but it was, of course, would of course be even more miraculous. I also think that Life has the weakest toolbox of them all. He plays Demon Hunter, Keeper, Dryad Bears every game. Like, It's very, very, very easy to predict. Moon and LawLiet.
Isn't that what we're going to be seeing like 90% of the time today, anyways? Though
We'll see. We'll see about that. Let me finish here. Moon and LawLiet can move a bit to the left and right and make it less predictable. Bottom AP pushes, keeper openings, switch between Naga, maybe mass range. We've seen Hippo Riders, we've seen Ancient of War rushes. We've seen a lot since this patch has joined. And ColorFul, man. That ColorFul would be one player to innovate this matchup or to evolve this matchup. I never thought in my life, but he's the Chimera rusher of them all. And I wonder if people are ready for that. Like, life being so predictable is surely a negative in his play.
yeah, that is certainly a drawback, but sometimes that can still carry you through if you have the perfect execution to pair it with, which life has shown at times, but as we noted, didn't often show in the group stage. One big Night of Mirror match stands out to me heavily that life played in the middle of the season, going up against Kaho. He lost 1-3, had a decent showing on the first 3 maps. Map 4, he is extremely far behind, and then shows us one of the biggest throws in recent history that would even make Focus jealous. That was unbelievable, the mistakes that he made there. I wonder if that was nerves or if it was something else. I got no clue. I'm also aware that life might just continue his downward trajectory today, but my heart wants to see him excel. I feel like life has shown amazing potential over the last 12 months at least, but as with so many pro players, consistency is the problem, and it has been a big problem for life throughout the last couple of months, especially in this tournament. But I think today is his day, Neo. I think today is his day.
Okay, you talk about life and like trending downwards. We gotta look at LawLiet, man, because that's the same for him. The last 5 series, he all lost. Starbucks, Sock, Kaho, and Filin. And that's not the hardest opponent, to be honest. Like, he got very good result at the beginning and in the middle of the league, but he was clearly out of breath at the end of the league. He also got some time, was casting WSB, of course. Hopefully he finds his step again, because he needs to bring his A game against the Moon that we've seen yesterday, coming in with the 3 wins. So if we go according to performance at the end of the group stage, ColorFul is the standout player. ColorFul is the only player who got a lot of wins, and ColorFul looked better and better and better. He got a win over Moon there already with the 3-1. He got a 3-2 over Lin, and he was very, very close to beating Fortitude. So if we just go by like trend, ColorFul easy win.
True. If we go with recent performances, recent showings, absolutely. But I think there's a little bit of an incubation period also when it comes to the playoffs. This is when players will try their best and will try to prepare the best. I feel like ColorFul is the best player here in a managed expectation setting. He's going to do pretty well. He's not going to go Super Saiyan mode most likely. His floor is decent, his ceiling is decent, but he isn't capable of the same heights, I think, as life. And I think he's not also capable of preparing and getting ready for a match the same way that Moon was. Seriously, what Moon showed on the first day in all 3 matchups was amazing. And so much better compared to what we saw before. This is, call it star power, call it what you will, but it's a different Moon that was rising on that day. And yeah, I think ColorFul, if everyone plays decent today, I think ColorFul is going to get out first place. But if everyone is playing their best, or some players are playing their best, including life, I think ColorFul is going to get bested.
Alrighty, let's see about that. We seem to have a couple of minutes before the game start, if I'm not mistaken. I refreshed Flow TV and I don't see anything just yet. So, little shout out to the sponsor of the past week and a little bit more. Shout out to GrabTab. GrabTab might help you today especially. It's a Night of Mirror, and in Night of Mirror there's a couple of downtimes every now and then because we want to reach the bears, right? So what's better than to make some money in between these downtimes, because GrabTab is supporting you with extra missions in some mobile games. For example, Marvel Strike Force, Dark Epoch, DC Dark Legion, Warpath, or Puzzles and Chaos. All you gotta do is to solve a couple of missions, and these missions are goddamn easy. It's, for example, install the game. That is super easy. Even I could do it, and I'm not a avid mobile gamer. Then reach or upgrade your main buildings to low levels, 2, 3, 5. Boom, that's money in your pocket. What do you use these monies for? For gift cards, mostly. And gift cards for Amazon, Google Play, Zalando, Play Store, Xbox Store, or Twitch. So basically, during these downtimes here today in the Night Elf Mirror, you can finance the next 5 to 6 months of your Back to Warcraft sub. And then it's half a year with no ads, just by playing a couple of mobile games. And of course, signing up gives us a little bonus from our wonderful sponsor GrabTab, and shows them that you might want to collaborate in the future as well. So install a couple of games, play a couple of missions, get yourself a nice 5-month Back to Warcraft sub with the rewards, and enjoy the day. Thank you very much, GrabTab.
Thank you very much indeed, GrabTab. Our sponsors helping us a lot. You guys can help us out as well. Sign up, download, and get started. As we are also getting started with the first map, boys and girls. Time for the first game of the day, our first Night of Mirror to kick off. Let's go to Hammerfall.
Exactly. After the group stage is done, this is now single elimination, Ascension, playoffs, no fallback net, no double elimination. Who's losing this best of 5 is out indefinitely of the highest paying and most prestigious tournament that we got in the scene. Will Moon's rise continue? And can he make it into the top 10? Or will LawLiet have a standout performance in a tier 1 tournament? Because it has been a while. The stats, a little bit in favor of LawLiet here, we gotta say, in pretty much every single stat there is, but this is playoffs, this is do or die. Everything can happen this year. It's 4-3 in favor of LawLiet. On this patch, they are 1-1. The group stage result was a win for LawLiet, but Moon is in the best shape in months, if not years. Can he get 4 in a row, 5 in a row, 6 in a row? Or did he peak yesterday? Let's go.
We're going to be starting things off with a double Demon Hunter game. Of course, Demon Hunter and Mass Bears. The beloved Bear Mirror here seems the most likely. But Moon is probably going to be innovating in some small ways, or perhaps also in some big ways. Mass Riot play is something he's been known for a long time. This is something I'm going to have my eye on here, certainly, in this encounter. First little brawl is breaking out between the Demon Hunters. Moon already going with the unconventional, somewhat innovative creep route towards the Rock Golem. That's a fast level 2 for him. Bigger item. And of course, this one is amazing with the Ring of Regen. And Moon, he is going for that fast expansion that he's been so known for.
Wow. Yeah, I've been fast forward. I'm still fast forwarding here. 3 minutes 50, but should be settled. There we go. Moon. It feels like, I don't have proof or evidence on this, but it feels like he's a bit inspired by Jens. A fast expansion in Night Elf Mirror is something that Jens has been playing as well. A lot of Night Elf has been influenced by tiny little bits that Jens is throwing in there. And why not? LawLiet has to defeat a strong Demon Hunter with evasion and the Ring of Regen. That's not going to be too easy. Last hit goes to Moon, Sharp, and the Ring of Protection we talked a lot about yesterday.
Sacrificing a bit of HP here again from the creep camp. The Hydra especially can be pretty dangerous with that slow. But look like Moon gets out. I like the Moonwell also at the expo for a bit more healing.
Wonder how LawLiet is going to be playing against that. Is he going heavy on archers? Not really. He's going for number 5. That's a bit over the norm. Moon in a little bit of trouble here, but the block. Body block against the Moonwell, but they have big range. Hard to heal up now. Both Demon Hunters super hurt. And that's, of course, an advantage for Moon. With that Ring of Regen, Archer Wars, they hide in the shadows now. LawLiet, gotta be careful here. There were, of course, a lot more Moonwells in the base. And Moon is refreshed, just as he was yesterday, starting into the Ascension. LawLiet throws a little curveball. Naga second.
It looks like he wants to go all in right here. Doesn't want to allow Moon the expansion. Of course, he didn't creep up gold mine, so he can't really counter expand. First Archer kill and a TP out. That's level 2 for the Demon Hunter. Return Naga, and the other Naga almost goes down. But Moon stays and keeps position in the middle, keeps on creeping. This Ring of Regen is insanely good here for the healing for the demon.
Who said Knight of Mirror is boring, everybody? LawLiet doesn't have a Hunter's Hall. This will be mass range. 6 archers, and then we'll see what the path is with Proxy Ancients of Wind, maybe. With Hippo Riders, maybe. With, I don't know, Triple Orb, maybe. Moon has that Expo up. He had to reroute. This cost a little bit of time, so minutes still until Moon is mining. He is tier 2 though, and going Dryads.
Demon Hunter all the time, passively healing up. This also makes creeping these camps way easier. You can take more damage and then recover that damage after the camp is taken. Trying to get level 3 now as LawLiet is moving out aggressively with his Archer Force. We even have a Shredder for Moon. This almost looks greedy. This is almost 800 gold going into economy that has not paid off yet.
I would say it's also defense, right? We've seen Shredder rushes on Amazonia in the good old days by Remind first and foremost. The damage type against archers is very advantageous, hard hitting. It's basically a mechanical bear to help Moon in the defense.
And LawLiet is bringing Wisps into the offense. Building a shop right here to lay siege to the Night Elf base. Moon TP'd home, healing up. Demon Hunter items are just sensational. Tanking up so much, not only the Ring of Regen, but also Ring of Protection and Parry Up of Vitality and a big Invo Potion. This is going to be a hard to bring down demon.
LawLiet built 2 shops. I'm not entirely sure what it's for. One is at the Merchant. Ancient of War, Damage Sponge, Demon Hunter level 3 for Moon. That's a big advantage. He can't build APs, so this is an Ancient of War rush, I guess. But it also looks a little lost.
Speaking of AP, Moon is setting up his right now at the expansion. 40 seconds until AP is up. It seems like LawLiet has to get this cancel here. We're seeing double APs coming. LawLiet right now under pressure to get something done.
Exactly. Very, very expensive towers though. Almost 200 gold for an AP plus the Wisp, of course. Going for the Naga. Hurts, but we got a potion. Okay, we're gonna take the Labyrinth route and drink a lot. The detonates not too impressive thus far.
Double shop here is pretty sick, dude. He's gonna have mass heal potion as long as LawLiet can afford it gold-wise. So far, it's looking decent. Archer's beginning to fall. One on each side goes down. Demon Hunter Invo Potion by Moon was committed early on. This one's gonna be running out pretty soon. He has to fall back to the Moon well, but enough time was bought for those important APs. One gonna be finishing. Looks like 2 are gonna be finishing.
What the hell is going on map 1? Everybody was expecting a lot of bears. Demon Hunter! Oh, what a shocking turn of events! And LawLiet taps out Moon with the fast expansion, and a super strong Demon Hunter continues his reign in the Ascension phase, takes the lead.
Moon. With classic Moon play here, love to see it. Not just following standard the meta, having his own ideas, and those often involve expansions. That was pretty straightforward, honestly. Just creep up the natural right away. This is not something that we've never seen before, but not necessarily the norm. LawLiet couldn't interfere, and then the Expo came up. These APs seem to seal the deal. Neat thought also by LawLiet, bringing in double shop to have mass heal potions to stay alive in this push, but that was not quite enough. Moon holds well and gets that first map win pretty quickly. If we want to be 100% honest here, he was also aided a lot by insanely good items. These were close to perfect items right here to help Moon win the first map.
Chat is celebrating the 5th race, spamming the Moon head emoji. Love to see it. Yeah, this was a very unique Night Elf Mirror. With these items, with the fast expansion, we don't see that every day. LawLiet shows that he got a lot of tricks up his sleeve. Had to play against the item, had to play against the levels. That wasn't easy. But what both players are showing here is Bear Mirror is not 100% given.
Between these two especially, they have shown a lot more willingness to diverge compared to the other 2 Night Elves. When we're going to get to Life and ColorFul, then probably more bears are going to be the priority. We're going to not waste any time and get ready for map 2 right away. Last Refuge coming up next. This is LawLiet's map pick. A map which is very densely populated with creeps. Normally here we get lots of items and lots of high levels towards the late game. And we tend to see also lots of bears here normally.
I would agree. But I also say this is a map where you have a lot of chokes. So mass range is not out of the equation, especially since you can grab the Naga and push for the shop, get a big consumable and continue pushing. This is not impossible either. But yeah, bears and especially Zeppelin bear drops are incredibly important here. We'll see what it is. These guys are so wild in their mirror matches. I remember a time like a couple of years ago. They even played Warden in their mirror. So hopefully we get glimpses of this with Bottoms, Keepers, anything. But it seems like Demon Hunter is the name of the game for now. Moon in the red, LawLiet in the blue. Map number 2. Let's go.
I'll be starting with a bit of Ancient of War creeping, of course, once again. The amount of items will go a long way this game. Couple of rings, couple of agi items. We would love to get a big heal potion as well. And then we'll see who executes better.
Starting with the ring is obviously nice for these direct encounters. No denies allowed here. You gotta be razor sharp. Moon, of course, highly decorated. The most decorated player in the history of this game. For LawLiet, we're still waiting for that big tier 1 title win. He's been in many finals, but always second best. Just like Bayer Leverkusen was for a very long time in the German Bundesliga. But eventually, they got their breakout performance after years and years of coming up second. Hopefully, this is happening to LawLiet at some point. Maybe here. For that, he has to win 3 more. So far, we got Moon creeping the standard creep route. And as I said a couple of times during the past couple of days, if you go for the Ogre Magi, you will be punished. Or can be punished as you're dropping so low in HP. Nobody really willing to go for that here. Wisps are scouting things out and making things a bit quirky. Feels like everybody is respecting the possibility of a Demon Hunter ambush.
Yeah, absolutely. Wisp scouting here was making sure good play around each other. LawLiet got the better first item with the ring, but Moon got the really good Wand of Illusion that helps a lot with creeping. And creeping right now is the name of the game, moving from one camp to the next. Claws and gloves now on the demon for Moon. Probably going to be given over later on to the Keeper, or perhaps there's a consideration for Naga.
There's a creep jack coming, isn't it? Oh, it's just an illusion. Lol, I thought it's the real Demon Hunter. That would have been catastrophic, dude, because it's the second boulder on this demon. LawLiet,
why is he taking so much damage here? LawLiet, everything is so hurt.
Yeah, it's a disaster, dude. A third boulder. And Moon sees this like, goddamn, if only the Ancient is falling. What the hell is going on? He gets it eventually. Ooh, man, that was tough.
Yeah, it's not supposed to look that rough. I mean, he didn't have illusions, but still, this was not a clean creep by LawLiet. Good thing is, Moonjuice was regenerating a long time, so healing should still be fairly easy to come by and get back in the green.
I am waiting for host. You too?
Yeah, me too. No!
Not again! There it is. Hopefully...
back?
Yeah, we're back.
Oh, yeah.
We're back. We do have Hunter's Halls this time. Techs unfolding at pretty much the same speed. Rune Braces, of course, will be sold. For the belt, more HP is debatable. If you want the gold for a fast attack, faster second hero, or if you want to keep it for the brawls, as we didn't have a single skirmish yet.
Yeah, I feel like especially when you don't have a ring, you want to have all defense you can get, so I would recommend keeping this belt. Another strength tome as well for Moon, a little bit more HP. Neither player got a good defensive item here. The heal potion can really change the outlook of the mid game if one player gets it, but we're keeping things fair here with no heal pot on either side.
We're disengaging from the middle camp. Both items sold right away. Interesting to see that LawLiet is going for Mercs. Oh, Moon with the block, forcing him on the high ground. Mana burn! 20 HP. Again, so much moon juice used. I would love to have the Chinese overlay for once to show the difference here.
Yeah.
The healer goes down. The dispel is gone. Moon Man is showing once again a great game.
This is actually insane moon juice difference. It's 0 on LawLiet versus full moon juice on Moon.
Moon.
Much of this comes back to the creep. LawLiet just took way too much from the Merc camp.
Yeah.
Is that nerves, man? Because normally that doesn't happen to him.
I agree. I'm not too sure what that was. Maybe he was panicking a little. The Ancient was queued for the creep spot, and then the setup wasn't perfect. And that rock golem, man, it really wanted to survive through the boulders here. But okay. He was without sin, throw the first stone. He took that a little bit too seriously there. But this is not the end of the world. The Bears will decide this. Tier 3, tech has started. We're going Dryads. Moon ahead in levels on the Demon Hunter and also great damage on the DM.
Another little advantage, by the way, having the Shadow Priest here still alive to heal up the Demon Hunter is also good. It's not a fantastic heal, but it's a decent heal, especially in the early game. Demon Hunter enjoys every form of healing imaginable. And of course, that Shadow Priest was killed earlier. LawLiet is still struggling with healing. He really needs those bears.
Right on. They're coming. Pretty much the same time. We have Ultra Vision on both sides. Moon checking the high ground. But LawLiet
Setting up a trap.
Yeah, sees it here. Hello from the other side. Piercing damage on a high ground versus Dryads. Really good.
Good mana burn at least. Now Moon is going to be out of juice on his demon, so no burn to fear against the opposition. Moon juice still looking a bit rough, but yeah, Rejuve is going to be coming in soon. Moon falls back. To the shop we go. It's daytime at 7:20. That is when Invul Pot and Heal Scroll become available. Moon so far going for neither. Cash is a bit low on both sides. Right now we're trying to get to 50 supply bears.
We get a shop up for LawLiet. Moon has that one up already. The first stab, the first orb are major advantages that you really want. Progress on the Keeper, basically non-existent, as both keep each other in check, especially Moon positions himself a bit more forward. LawLiet in a defensive position with 0 Moon Juice, except this one well. Will be interesting to see who's going for upgrades first, what the creep pattern is. We got the 0-1 upgrade started for Moon. I really like that Night Elves have started to go for defense upgrade first when Thorn's Aura is in the mix. And LawLiet has to catch up in that regard.
Red camp item quickly picked up here by Moon. Perhaps even going to creep the rest of the camp for more experience. The Medallion of Courage, rather bad probably. Int is good on the Keeper, HP is good on the Demon, so it seems like there's no really good holder of the item. It's alright, but nothing more really. While LawLiet is going to the other red camp. To equalize this game back to 50-50, seems like LawLiet needs a good item here.
I agree. An aura would be fantastic, of course. Anything with movement speed can be game-changing. Keeper got some good levels. We're saving up a bit on 50. Got the same items, keeping it fair. Going for the turtle now. So yeah, a little bit of creepcraft. With 1-1 upgrade coming for Moon. The early upgrades, of course, very cheap, very affordable. Both will probably be banking at 50. And then this is gonna be interesting if we go for Zeppelin drops, because both players are so good at it. Moon's base race is legendary. He showed it in the group stage versus Starbuck first and foremost. LawLiet, in my opinion, a bit better in offensive bear drops. So it's this fortress that is Moon against the tree killer lumberjack that is LawLiet.
Ring of Protection +5 was just found, by the way. We've seen that yesterday do very well on the Demon Hunter, and this makes the Demon now very tanky. With the bonus HP and the bonus armor on Moon's side, this is looking like a very tanky Demon indeed. As the Keeper is going back to the shop, picks up the staff, picks up the orb, and the game has indeed slowed down quite a bit. We're creeping up the map, where, as we mentioned before, there's much creeping to be done. And at the moment, it looks like LawLiet is getting into a good spot with it, because he's level 3 Keeper first.
And a lot faster, to be honest. Oh, Moon is catching up with that lab creep. Health Stone on Moon's Demon Hunter is phenomenal. in general, his items on the demon are crazy. We go for more moon worlds, at least on LawLiet's side. You will need them. You will fight at 70, 80 food. First push into the base. Interesting to see that Moon splits his Demon Hunter with the TP, and the Keeper and the Bears are in no man's land, really.
Like Moon is going to have to TP home here to keep his main base safe. That's going to become a bit expensive. Shop might be going down. Moonwells as well. Bear also. Is there a TP or not? Now there is. But looks like damage is already done by LawLiet. One more bear in the back. Gonna be picked off after the shop. Very good attack for LawLiet.
Huge advantage now. He can go up to 70. A bit unfortunate that he did not get the Moonwell here and the second Moonwell finishing. So Moon is not supply blocked, at least not on 50. Moon did some damage with the Demon Hunter as well. Killed one Moonwell in the front, I think, or canceled it during production. Who is this better for? We're trading TPs, the levels are somewhat even, but the Keeper makes the big difference. And in a straight up Bear Mirror, Thorn's Aura is all that matters.
Finally here reaches level 3. That is indeed a good level up. Question is now who's closer to 5 on the Demon. And that is also LawLiet. LawLiet, despite a difficult early game, somehow got ahead on experience in the end. With now most of the creeps being gone on the map. In fact, the last couple remaining are down here in the bottom right corner that LawLiet could claim for himself.
A player's forces are under attack.
But the big fight and the big decision hasn't still been found.
Feels like both have an eye on the laboratory. Of course, Zeppelin drops is what we expect. I would highly recommend reinforced defenses. I'm very sure this will go down to who kills the trees faster. Moon positioning himself a bit forward. Got a staff, no invuln. We got an Ankh on LawLiet and level 5. Moon is looking for like one creep somewhere. Can't find it though. So level 5 advantage on LawLiet.
He's also looking for possible expansions. Something you have to keep in mind. Both these players have been known to be sneaky with expo play, especially LawLiet in the group stages. Went for a lot of sneaky expansions that won him quite a few points.
This is why oftentimes these days in Night of Mirror, and this is a very cool move, we see an early Ancient of Wind for one scouting Hippogriff, which is great when you anticipate a Zeppelin drop. You can scout for expansions, and you can also scout the enemy main base to see the exact moment when your opponent is breaking 50 food. I would love to see that play, which is also, if one goes Chimeras, a setup for Talons or Hippos.
A little bit of a exchange in the middle. 5 bears versus 4 bears at the moment. LawLiet optimizing his supply, taking out one more of his archers. The last one, in fact. And yeah, this is where the game obviously slows down quite a bit. And we're going for heavy, heavy upgrades. LawLiet has 2-3 already queued, which is far ahead of Moon.
I agree. Especially the third armor upgrade, man. If you take less damage, you throw less damage back. This is why defense upgrades are always preferred. If you do more damage with the attack upgrades.
If he gets caught down here, he could die with Entangle.
Okay.
Okay, but not quite spotted. Takes out the last little Murloc camp. And that was his level 5.
So basically what I wanted to say, if you get attack upgrades, you do more damage to the opponent, then more damage is thrown back. So if you do more damage, you also receive more damage. Staff. Keeper not in range.
A little bit scary there once again. Moon taking some small risks. And going for a Chim Roost, by the way. We have it on the high ground here towards the lab. Takes a long time to really get rolling. But yeah, we have started seeing Chims, which is kind of funny. Like, for years, perhaps decades, people in the Twitch chat were saying, well, if there's bear play, why don't they just go Chims? And it never seemed to be a good idea, but over the last half year or so, we've indeed been seeing it a little bit more.
Yeah, the innovator that is ColorFul, man. He really brought it into meta. One of the answers is, it takes forever. 2 minutes for the first Chimera. There's good anti-air in terms of heroes with an orb, doing a lot of damage with the poison. We get Dryads that Chimeras can't attack. And the transition to Hippos and Crows doesn't take that long. We get the Wind on the exact same position here. Nice anticipation by LawLiet.
Crazy strong upgrades as well. LawLiet has 3-3 queued. Moon is going to be 2 upgrades behind if he stops at 1-3, which is what he has in production right now. Affording this all on only one base, especially lumber-wise, is not that easy.
Calm before the storm, eh? 900 gold, 100 lumber on both sides. Very, very even. The first Chimera is coming. Moon breaking upkeep, and LawLiet doesn't have vision on that yet.
How was the success rate of Chims in the group stage? When you're far ahead, of course, Chim's really good to close out a game. But in even games, it seemed kind of 50-50 to me. Sometimes they worked really well. Sometimes they were just overwhelmed by anti-air. We had a very impressive Chim game yesterday where they absolutely destroyed that torrent play from Fly. That was also from Moon, of course.
Yeah, I'm a bit torn on the Chimeras. They're so expensive. In my opinion, Talents is the better answer, but apparently nobody really goes for it because they're not that easy to snipe. They offer the anti-armor, which I still think is so great. They're very reliable anti-air, and in an ideal world, you also got Cyclone. So not the greatest fan of Chimeras, but they are of course spectacular.
Your Chim's gonna be done here in a moment. LawLiet has obviously seen this a while ago. We got a lot of hippos queued. Hippos are gonna be doing a bit of return damage, thanks to the thorns. But not gonna be that much, I think. Also, come to think of it, Moon has like no units to kill the enemy hippogriffs. He's got 2 Dryads for anti-air and a single Berserker.
Plus the heroes, of course. Bless you. But if the heroes are focused on the hippos, then they're not focused on bears or the opponent's heroes. That's a lot of freedom. But on the other side, LawLiet has to focus on the Chimeras as well. Otherwise, they do way too much damage.
It's going to be an interesting fight. I think Moon's priority is going to be blow up the enemy bears with your own Chims. And if then the Chims are dead, whatever. His bears are gone. And then those hippogriffs don't do anything anymore.
I don't think 3 hippos is enough, man. He's going up to 4, and then he's almost maxed out. Use more bears. That's, of course, a sign of confidence that he's not too afraid of the Chimeras, but doesn't even know that it's going to be 3 Chimeras. Moon is expanding behind this.
Yeah, he canceled the 3rd Chim
Oh,
in favor of the Tree of Life.
interesting. So even, man. Resources even, supply even, upgrades almost even. LawLiet is the first to go for super well upgrade. Moon doesn't have that yet. And LawLiet has had perfect vision on on Moon's army now. There's very little wiggle room, to be honest, to adjust anything. 2 heal scrolls versus 1. There's quite some advantages on LawLiet's side.
Both now at around 80 supply. Bears so far on Moon. Not in master form, trying to get more mana. Expo's been spotted. LawLiet knows time is against him. Again, just like in map 1.
He's on the high ground right now. Keeps the Ankh, which is nice. Calm before the storm, man. We draw a line in the sand. Oh, pre-buffed Reju everywhere. And LawLiet didn't bring Wisps here, right? So he's got to wait it out. Or is he? No, we're going in. Can he take out the Chimeras?
First bear taking a lot of damage from the Chims. One Chim being pulled back right away. The Hippogriffs wasting perhaps a bit of their time, not attacking the other Chim anymore. And who's going to be taking more damage on the bears, I guess, is the final question in the end. One Chim has died already. The second one now going to be taken out. Was that enough magic damage to be worth it? Demon Hunter in trouble. Low HP. Triggers the Ankh.
Chimeras are gone. The hippos are still raining, and now we got that bear mirror. We're coming back in, and Tangle, Demon Hunter, careful now, needs the staff, gets the staff, and the Keeper portaling out. The expansion is up, and Moon got quite the supply lead.
Saving 2 bears on low HP there as well, and got another bear kill on the way out. The Demon are coming back in to heal up again. Now the Ancient of War there can also fortify. Moon seems to be in a really good position. And now I think he does not want to remake Chims because he forced Hippogriffs now to be on LawLiet's army. Those are now dead supply. There's no archers. You can't make Hippo Riders. This is just 10 dead supply with Moon about to start mining.
Man, this is looking rough for LawLiet. What you gonna do with these hippos now? Value clearly in favor of Moon. We got a counter expansion, so LawLiet trying to stall some time, but the read on Moon is insane. The Wisp is already on the way.
We keep on being impressed by Moon today and yesterday. What an upgrade in performance compared to the group stage, compared to most of the last 2 years where Moon really was seemingly not himself. Today, though, he's starting off well. This is looking a lot like the 2-0 lead. Gigantic edge for Moon. He's got the Expo now mining. Big army, better army. And he knows about the expansion.
Demon Hunter also took ahead in XP. Keeper trailing slightly behind, both with double orb. LawLiet still with a bit of an upgrade advantage. But yeah, he has to play defensive, banking on 50. If he can stall more time and squeeze out a little more gold, that would be nice. But yeah, the mains are empty.
LawLiet doesn't have the bear count right now. A single bear against, what is that, 8? That doesn't sound fair.
It's 9. It's 9. It's an 8 bear advantage. And the upgrades are evened out now as well. This is horrible for LawLiet.
It looks disastrous. So far, the Tree of Life has been left alone. Maybe Moon is going to try to finish the job, pushing into the enemy main base. Fighting into all those Moonwells can be dangerous, but with this huge of a lead, seems like this should be enough to finish the job. But Moon is not going to do that just yet. Falling back once more. LawLiet has the option of 2 mining bases here, but with the bear spotting one with an AP coming up at another, looks like Moon's not going to allow this.
He counters everywhere across the map. It is insane. The timing on the bears. Look at this. He's 5 seconds off. The bears are attacking. And on the dot, dude. On the dot, he kills it. LawLiet couldn't even cancel anymore. This is so much lost resources. Another disaster for LawLiet.
Yeah, one of many seemingly in this series. The stars are aligning for Moon in some ways as well, but mainly he's making great decisions, showing us great play. And many of his fans are glad to see him so much improved. They knew Moon could do better than what he showed in the group stage. There, of course, Moon got second last. Unthinkable years ago. Unthinkable for the Night Elf Goat. But this is going to be that 2-0. There's no way around it anymore.
Exactly. Boom! Moon is on a killing spree. He has now 6 maps won in a row. 3 versus Starbuck, of course, the winning one against Focus. And 2-0 up against LawLiet in the mirror match. The fight on the upper left, that really didn't go LawLiet's way. And I think the big issue, as you mentioned, during the fight, chasing that Chimera. The first Chimera was almost dead and was microed out of the fight. It didn't make real sense to follow it that much to get the kill, rather focus on the other to get the second one out of the fight too. But then the hippos were missing in the fight, and then the one Chimera had free reign, and there it is. Just like 5 gifted subs by Yangfang, you absolute legend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, ideally, when the Chim is pulled back like that on low HP, you want to take one hippo out of the group, have that one hippo chase the Chim until it's dead, and use the other hippos to attack the other Chim. But how often does that happen, dude? How often do you really play Night of Mirror with Chims and hippos involved? I guess these days it's more than in the past, but it's not as ingrained as your Bear Mirror micro skills have been honed over the years. You're very quick with the dispels, very quick with the roars, Demon Hunter mana burns, repositioning, looking for that perfect arc. But considering the Chims as well, their LawLiet was a bit too slow. He readjusted the hippos later on, but by then they'd already lost so much time, and by then the magic damage had already blasted those bears for a lot.
And now, of course, I'm really worried for LawLiet. We all know that he thrives when he has momentum, but he also crumbles a little bit when he's under pressure. is not going to be too easy for him. He got to pull it together and has to win 3 maps in a row to stay alive in this tournament against the dominator of this tournament so far in the Ascension. Moon about to win his 4th series in a row. He's just 1 map away, and that 1 map has been his home turf for a long time in mirror matches. For once, I'm not talking about Twisted Meadows, this Concealed Hill.
Concealed Hill is that where LawLiet can find the springboard and catapult himself back into a good position in this series, or will Moon close it out here already? We're playing on Korea Central 3 again, by the way. Yesterday we had some problems there with Flow TV, but shout out to Faro once again, was fixing things there with the proxy system, and now it seems to be working better. But in the game at the moment, looks like LawLiet perhaps experiencing some spikes, doing the classic equal sign.
Okay, yeah, a little calm before the storm. Maybe he has to look up the build order once again for some bottoms. This has been the map where we've seen most Huntress and bottom and pushes and Ancient Protectors. Almost interesting that he picked Last Refuge first, which is a bear household, and he was willing to be the one that plays bears. Wonder if he does the same here or if it's gonna be cheeky. LawLiet, big fan of AP pushes. He needs the mother of all AP pushes here to threaten Moon.
And Moon now also perhaps feeling a bit of levity, a bit of room might be given to experiment perhaps even. Having the 2-0 lead in the series, maybe this is where he can let his creative mind play a little bit. Also worth considering, if you have a very strong strategy on this map, do you want to play it now?
Yeah.
Maybe you don't, because there's more games still coming.
While we wait, there's another thing to consider. Should I or should I not give my Prime sub to Back to Warcraft? There's no ads for you if you do so. There's emotes, there is the sub badge, and you support the channel. Win-win, win-win-win-win-win. If you have the Prime sub lying around, we gladly take it. Don't let it go to waste. Connect your Prime account to your Twitch account and get no ads at all for the finals of this super tournament.
Yeah, very good value for the Twitch sub. For the rest of the week, we're going to have insane Warcraft action here coming our way. Looks like they're saying regame, I think.
Yes.
Maybe something was wrong with the host. All right, quick regame. No harm, no foul.
Maybe sound. Sound is hard to fix without restarting. That is saying LawLiet
it was the wrong map? They're hosting Tidehunters now. Maybe they host the wrong map.
Oh, okay. That would explain stuff. Yeah, I would be surprised, man, if you pick Concealed against Moon. That is giving Moon a little present, I feel. So Tidehunters does make sense to me. Chat is saying LawLiet needs to surprise Moon somehow. That is so hard, man. What could possibly surprise an almost 40-year-old veteran of the scene who's been playing Knight of Mirrors for 23 years in a row when one of the most matches he plays is Knight of Mirror? I mean, what can you possibly do?
I've seen some wild innovation lately on the new patch. Some of the new tools were being tried out. We saw some Dark Ranger with Life Drain. Didn't look that good. We saw some Hippo Rider play. Nowadays, the cooldown on mount-dismount is only 5 seconds, way lower. In fact, we saw some successful plays with that, but not many really. Didn't seem to establish itself too much. It is mostly about Bear Mirror at the moment. At the moment, it seems to be Moon, the one who's innovating more with a couple of nuances. A fast expansion here, maybe. A little bit of chims there, maybe. And these last 2 days, it seems like everything that Moon has been touching has been turning to gold.
King Midas, man. He is there. Okay, Tidehunters is up. Indeed. A little bit of a hiccup Augur-wise, but the first one, I guess we had. Okay, Tidehunters. Easy expo. But that's also relatively easy to read. If you play on Tidehunters and you know your opponent is under pressure and you are suspecting your opponent to do something cheeky, then put a wisp on that expansion and you should have that countered. What's the play? What's the strats? LawLiet tournament line on the line, and Moon could ascend for the 4th time in a row.
How much more moon are we gonna hear today? A 3-0 start into the day would indeed make his presence known and would be yet another impressive showing by Moon. He is, of course, on a 3-game win streak. I gotta go to the restroom for just a moment. I'll be right back.
Remo too excited, like a little puppy, peeing all over the place. It is quite interesting. Yesterday, the stats and the LLM suggested Starbuck win and the Starbuck walkover today. That was wrong. Today, the stats and the LLM suggested a very, very strong LawLiet. That wasn't the case either. Moon defies all the stats, all the odds. This guy is on fire. It's a Demon Hunter, but... Oh, my overlay crashed. Didn't it? Yes, I gotta restart, unfortunate guys. It crashed 20 seconds in. So, as long as Mr. Remo Demo is not with us, bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. It will be fixed in just a second. Thankfully, this worked, this happened in the early game. Yeah, as I said before, man, LawLiet really not the big bout machine, the comeback kid, the turnaround player. He's got to play something atypical, really, to threaten Moon here. And now overlay is working again. Moon in the blue, 3 match points. And LawLiet. This has not been a flawless Tidehunter tournament for him. Lost the once map to Fly here, for example. But of course, different matchup. Do we have any cheeky heroes? No, no Keeper, no Potom. Both are orienting themselves towards the Tide Sea Giants, towards the Expo as well. Moon has played a fast Expo already on Hammerfall. Is that an invite to play it again? And then, do you want to counter expand or do you want to push against this? That's the big question here. No denies. Ring for Moon again. We gotta say his items have been phenomenal this entire tournament, but there is a little bit of a difference already. LawLiet crossing the map, being the one aggressive. Level 2 for LawLiet here. Not the second turtle, but he got evasion. That's the build. He got the cloak. That is nice. Saved him there a little bit. And we are perfectly synced up. It's simply fast text, but LawLiet is again losing so much HP in the early game. It just turned nighttime, so you can use the Moon Wells now. They will regenerate overnight. Moon not going home, not using his own juice. And now we'll see where the creep routes go. Moon pretty aggressive towards the marketplace. That is simple to creep, as every Ogre Magi is easy to creep for a Demon Hunter. He's not taking that much damage. You can always go in for the last hit with the mana burn. And he doubles down on taking mana away with the Wand of Mana Stealing. LawLiet gotta be satisfied with the tiny little turtles and the Slippers of Agility.
First, a little bit of an edge, I guess, to Moon. That's oftentimes what happens when one hero is bullied away in the mirror early on from the center, then the other player gets the Magi Camp. Once again, the dream item there then is the big heal potion. Didn't see that so far in this mirror. Perhaps it's gonna change now. But LawLiet's been creeping pretty good. Creep speed here is looking nice. He's reaching level 2.5 already. Got some decent items. Slipper's really good for the demon. And Gloves Mantle should be good for the second hero, which I guess we're again expecting to be Keeper of the Grove.
If no one wants to play tempo, for sure. LawLiet with some orientation towards the tavern. Possibility for another Naga, but we're on 4 archers each. That's the magic number. If we stay at 4 archers, we can expect bears. If you go higher, that could be mass range, should be mass range. And he's just taking the Makrura away. And you know, the Soul 8-man Makrura prophecy, whoever gets the Makrura gets the win. LawLiet knows that.
Alright, LawLiet then. Might be looking towards the first W of the day. Gets a fast level 3 right here, is going to the tavern, and is going for the Naga indeed this time. Change of pace.
Hard to read for me, to be honest, what this is supposed to do. Creep jacks, map control. That's what it offers. But if you go that route, you cannot go into Bear Mirror anymore. You will just straight up lose if you don't have Thorns Aura.
Moon specifically, we've seen play Naga second quite a bit in the past, especially on more defensive maps, going for Naga second, Mass, Dryad, Expo. But that is not what LawLiet is doing. He's taking up as well, getting ready for bears. He can at least creep faster. He can have a level lead on the Naga. 2 versus 1 might be his edge. In fact, the Naga is getting solo experience right here. Pendant of Energy is probably not the best. But Moon, even with him having the slower mid game, the slower second hero, Keeper out only now, is still going to be rewarded with a big item at the red camp. If LawLiet goes for the Naga, shouldn't he be positioned more aggressively, I wonder?
I think he's creeping her up. Goes for Fork Lightning 2, of course, and then goes for Zeppelin and Bear drops into the base. This is where the Naga is better, because you fly into the base, you go for the Wisp, you Fork Lightning the Wisp, and reduce repair and lumber income. But now we have a stalemate here at the red. Interesting.
Entangle on the demon, no follow-up damage. Their Moon may be missing a bit of a window. Big item now available for pickup. Who's gonna get it? Moon is committing to it. The Fork Lightning steals the last hit, but item goes to Moon. Angle for Incarnation, gonna make this Demon Hunter indeed very hard to bring down. Lots of defensive items now upon him, but we're seeing a big experience lead here on LawLiet now.
Yeah, 0 XP for the Keeper, who he's so dependent on. But if you play that route with like base attacks, is the Keeper even really useful, one could argue? If there's no straight up bear fights, what's Thorns Aura gonna do?
So far indeed we're seeing no bears out yet. Of course that will be changing soon. 3 archers versus 4 archers, level 2 advantage. LawLiet is looking a bit stronger right now, so Moon is gonna fall back, doesn't want to force the issue here at the moment. This is not yet his time, so we're gonna retreat a bit again, creep a bit more again, and look for more items.
Ancient of Woe walked into the creeps.
Again?
Very unfortunate. Yep, not ideal. Little too close to the creeps, but again, not the end of the world. That lured out the creeps to an easier position here. Maybe that is all on purpose. Moon is creeping that with ease, though. Gets the Rune Bracers against Fork Lightning. There's a little merit to it, but not too much. Ring of the Archmagi, always nice, but it's about experience and it's about that level 3. And LawLiet, it felt like LawLiet's mid-game plan, it was all about Naga 3.
Got a lot of mana as well. And here's that Zeppelin. You called it. Naga now can go on a Wisp hunt quite easy. Is Moon anticipating this? Is he going to be worried about the Wisps going down? Not something we see so often these days, but this will mean LawLiet's going to get way ahead on lumber, which might mean he's going to get way ahead on upgrades.
And that exactly, Mr. Remo Demo, is why they call me the Prophet. It's been a LawLiet classic to back when we played Amazonia. Was one of his signature plays here. But Moon, he got the Wisp here. He saw this. How can he answer it? Of course, if I know that, Moon knows it 4 times.
What you want to do is spread out your Wisps here. So the Fork Lightning can never hit more than ideally 1 target or maybe 2. Fork Lightning can hit up to 3 targets if they're close together.
Dude, he's so prepared. This is ridiculous how he's prepared. He gets 1 Wisp kill out of it for a full Fork Lightning. That's not optimal.
So far, not worth the Zeppelin purchase. But of course, that Zeppelin is also going to be useful in saving bears in the fights. 1 more Wisp goes down. But yeah, this is all very manageable still, it seems, for Moon. LawLiet at the same time, though, he's creeping up the Keeper. He went for Keeper 3rd. He could go triple orb this game. A classic LawLiet strat that always seemed cool on paper. I gotta say, though, I've seen this lose many, many times.
I guess it's first and foremost to even out the Thorns Aura levels with Keeper 3rd. I didn't even think about it. Yes, of course, makes a lot of sense.
Zapper in the main base. Oh, bad Zapper. Very bad Zapper.
Bat Zapper! You're a Bat Zapper. Yeah, didn't really do much, man. Didn't blow up the Huntress Hall, didn't blow up the Moonwells. LawLiet playing around this now. Naga's back, Moon forced into a TP. That was a very expensive minute for the 5th race.
Yeah, Moon perhaps felt that he had to go on the offense with Zeppelin making his life difficult. And LawLiet, he just lost a Wisp right there. Didn't even lose the TP, didn't lose the Moonwell. First clear misstep that we're seeing by Moon today, it feels.
Okay. His Thorns Aura is still advantageous. He got the double orb, which is nice, but no potential for a third orb, and that's gonna be the damage dealer later in the fight. We still got orange camps. We still got a red camp on this map. Upgrade-wise, we're going 0-1 for LawLiet. We got that done. 1-1 on the other side. We got reinforced defenses, Nature's Blessing, and more Moonwells. LawLiet getting ready for 60-72.
Love to have this Nature's Blessing finish before the Ancient of War goes down. Not quite gonna work out this way, but the Keeper finishes the camp in the south. Got a 1 of Mana Seal, and he got the level 3. It looks like LawLiet should be in a really good position here to defend back at home. Does he have enough bears is the question. He's up by 1 hero, but he's down by 3 bears.
Okay, the hero's gotta do it. The orb's gotta do it. Demon Hunter under fire, but he got a heal scroll. He's up against a sharp. He can go for heal potions. This is not gonna be easy. Extreme level advantage for LawLiet, of course.
Big detonates. He got rid of the Roar and the Scroll of Protection. That one isn't even active anymore. Absolutely picture perfect. Detonates are coming out by LawLiet. Wonderfully done. Demon Hunter finds himself in trouble. Entangled, but getting away. Zeppelin there for the rescue.
Oh, the big strength of LawLiet gets the healing again. Moon in trouble with the demon. Mana burn and focus. And he gets the zap. That's the Ankh gone at least. Keeper on the menu. Ooh, what a close fight this is. The supply is clearly with Moon.
Heroes, though, still alive. More damage coming out from them. That's going to be Bear almost going down. That one saved with the staff, but the other one is left behind. LawLiet needs to get some exit kills here. It's nighttime now. Moonjuice is regenning. He saved some bears. I still feel like late game should be on LawLiet's side.
Must be. Just the damage of the Naga alone and the orb value of the Naga alone pushes him ahead. We take a look at the XP graph and you see a huge advantage. But Moon, investing more into army, got the 1-1. Both have the 1-1 actually. And we bank at 50 again. A lot about shop control now. That could have gone very much sideways. This could have been the end for LawLiet in this tournament already. Stimming against the defeat with a nice little touch. Gets a shredder now after all the detonates. He needs some more lumber as a lot of upgrades are waiting for us.
Back at 50 supply. Maybe the game here will slow down a little bit. Beautiful defense there by LawLiet. These wisps were just absolutely perfect. Of course, the home base player always has the advantage of having it easier to bring in those wisps. What's next for Moon? Is he going to go for another all-in into the enemy base? Didn't seem to work out too well. Or is there a special strat somewhere rumbling around in his brain?
He needs something special, Remo, because the triple orb is online. Finally! This is so much damage, man. They do stack these orbs if they come from different sources, and one hero, or each hero, is a different source. So that's around 180 damage per shot over time. It is almost ridiculous. We go for a little bit of a base trade, but LawLiet has none of that. Moon telegraphing this a little bit, goes for the tree. Can he get any kills here? No, just the TP.
But TP trade looked like Moon was trying to get away without having to TP, but that one was indeed very much required. Repositioning the wisps towards the north. We're going for Nature's Blessing as well. LawLiet has had that for a while, so his trees are harder to kill. Going now also for Ancient of Wind. Does feel like LawLiet is far ahead in this game, and it's going to take a little bit of magic for Moon to come back here.
We have seen some magic from him this tournament, haven't we? Wonder what he's planning with these wisps. Maybe it's just for defense and detonates whenever the mains run out. Maybe he wants to keep it safe from the Naga Fork Lightning. But yeah, it's probably the 2 strongest Zeppelin players in the history of this game, alongside a Lin, I would argue. If they have a fight with Zaps, we're in for a treat.
Players also scouting for expansions. So far, there are no attempts. A little bit of a lag.
Just a little hiccup. Love these archer scouts all over. But now nighttime is over. That's another kill. We go sappers again. Nah, not really. We'll scout it.
Moon is investing in upgrades. Never a bad idea in neither of Mirror. LawLiet doing the same. Trying to keep tabs on what the opponent's up to, trying to make sure this is an honest game.
The hiccup seems to be a bit worse this time. Please don't give out on us, Korea Central. I got a feeling that we're not going back this time.
No. We're back.
True, true. Send your energy to Korea Central.
The big red camp, top right, has not yet been touched.
Cast a curse, now it has.
So we're gonna try to creep this up. I was about to say with no units, but there are units in the Zeppelin. LawLiet not even far away from this in theory, but no, LawLiet now, he's the one aggressing, pushing towards the enemy main base. Maybe he's gonna go for a sapper here.
Might be. We look at the camp here, Medallion of Courage for the 3rd time at a rat spot. And we have a sapper indeed.
Lagger.
There we go, we're back.
Now.
Where are we positioning that detonate? Onto the moonwells we go, right? Bears to the left. No snipe, he gets 1. He gets 2. He gets 3. Oh, this is so expensive for Moon.
Yeah, devastating damage done. TP out now. Can he save all the bears? Almost. Almost a perfect exit. 1 bear goes down, but that still seems to be much worth it. In the meantime, Moon got the red camp. Again, though, not the best item. Again, a Medallion of Courage. We saw that a lot also earlier.
I let Pharaoh know that this is hopefully soon to be
A player's forces
fixed.
are under attack.
A little bit of XP still left. Will this push any hero over to a new level? Maybe the Keeper, maybe LawLiet's Demon Hunter. But yeah, the 3 Moonwells, 560 gold just to rebuild them. This could, of course, be LawLiet's chance to build up an army. Sorry for the imperfect viewing experience here right now. The players hopefully don't have that, as FlowTV is operating on a different line.
A player's forces are under attack.
Looks like the players, thankfully, are doing okay. LawLiet still holding on to that lead. I guess the one hope for Moon is he's gonna get level 5s faster, being only dual hero, and those level 5s can carry him. There's also a Naga in the equation. Some good Fault Lightning damage is going to be expected from her, and of course more Orb of Venom damage over time.
What are the upgrades looking like? 2-2 on the way for LawLiet, 2-2 finished. Moon has a 600 gold bank. That's not too bad.
Is this where we disconnect?
The chat didn't send enough energy. It's the chat's fault. Who else?
How dare you,
How
chat?
dare you? Well, it is of course a community project which is relying on community funds. And if you want War3 champions to be able to upgrade the servers, they have quite some options for you to send some energy. Yep, we are disconnected, unfortunately. Gonna check out Fly's stream as fast as possible, as that should be better quality. Yeah, if you can't help out War3 champions to cover the bill, that is why one should possibly do that. So, on the way to Do You we are.
It looks like for the spectators and the players, everything's still fine. Fly is the observer here. We're 20 minutes 30 into the game. Mains are about to run out pretty soon. LawLiet still holding on to what looks like a big lead. Big experience edge. Triple hero, of course. And even working on a third base.
Thank you, Plankje, for the sub. That was some energy. Let's go. Okay, what did we miss? It looks like not too much. The hero levels are still pretty similar. Dude, oh, we go for the Entangled Gold Mine. The Zeppelin crashes almost. Can't use that anymore. But Moon is calling for the game as he was knocked out there in the end. Sorry for this anticlimactic experience here, but LawLiet finally gets his name on the board. We should probably join the game, by the way.
Doing it with his own style. Pretty cool.
If we can still get in the game.
Game's up. Lobby's up. And we're getting ready for next map, Twisted Meadows. Ooh. Bit of a fan favorite, that one.
Let's go, let's go, let's go. This is what we wanted to see yesterday already, and we were robbed now. Moon Meadows, what a classic. Of course, this is his home turf for a long, long time. Macro games, expansion games. Now we finally get it. And now I wonder, does that make Moon think? Is LawLiet starting to build some momentum? Will Moon crumble under the pressure? We have seen a ton of reverse sweeps here in the Super League.
Yeah, not so far in the playoffs, but in the running season, we certainly have. Did LawLiet manage some of those as well? He had a 3-2 versus 40 W.
Crazy.
3-2 versus ColorFul.
He did lose the 2-3 versus Life and Focus. But yeah, this is he also lost the game 5 to Infi. I would say he's not thriving under pressure.
Yeah, not normally, but this is certainly a little bit of a good confidence booster here. This map win already with his own style. This triple hero with Naga into Keeper, something he's played a lot in the past. And like I said, I've seen it lose a lot in the past, but here it worked out quite well. There's very dangerous timing that you have to play with. Before the Keeper especially gets good levels, if you're forced into a fight around 50 supply, maybe 60, oftentimes you're 3 bears behind. And then can the Keeper make up for that, especially before you have triple orb? It often seems like a very tall task, but here LawLiet executed very well. Good to see him here still doing his best, playing this well. And let's see what we get to in map 3.
Important to see fighting spirit by LawLiet, and that he has a different branch of Night Elf player, or of Night Elf mirror strategy, which isn't too easy to make work. We were surprised seeing the Naga second. It worked out well though. And I was incredibly surprised how fast he got that Keeper to 3. That was outstanding. I blinked and that deer man got level 3 done.
Yeah, it was a good map for it as well, I think. Naga, quite good for the fast tier 2 creeping. You get her at the tavern, maybe you get the Makrura camp. The Makrura prophecy, by the way, did hold true in that game.
Ooh.
She got to level 3 quickly, she got some decent damage done, and the Keeper then still had a bunch of creeps left over. Of course, when we're talking about lots of creeps, then Twisted Meadows is the #1 map for it, with endless creeps around.
I see 56 messages in the Dolphin Super League streamer group. Ay.
Oh boy.
Oh, that is including yesterday. Okay. Should be fine. Well, second try worked. Will the second try of winning this series work for Moon on his home turf? We gotta say, of course, Moon is legendary on this map, but I don't think LawLiet is too far behind. He also loves to play multi-bases. He has shown already that he can play a bit outside the box. And I'm not too sure, just because we call it Moon Meadows, it's a foregone conclusion. Moon on match points, LawLiet facing elimination, the most important Warcraft tournament there is. But can he force game 5?
All right. Are we going to be seeing some creativity? The F7 button for one is not active.
I hit it too,
Live
dude.
In the game.
It's been a couple of days of fast forwarding, but yeah, we're in the game now. We don't want you to miss any more moments here of these Night Elf mirrors.
We're going to be starting off with double Demon Hunter play here once again. That, of course, comes as no surprise. Some time ago, we saw some Podem play as well, with the Podem having an orb and an aura. She is on paper a good counter to Demon Hunter, who doesn't care much about mana burn, but Podem is just simply too bad of a hero, it turns out. Not really able to compete with Demon Hunter late game. Hopes were high that heavy armor hunts were going to be impressive. Didn't turn out to be that way. Only Yen seems to be a true believer. He told me once that hunts are unbeatable in Elf Mirror. Well, the Asians disagree.
Yeah, I think it's less about the Podem personally, more about the hunt nerf. I mean, the Podem was played a lot in the last patch and wasn't changed, and the hunt were nerfed, and then we don't see the Podem anymore. So yeah, that a bit of like lack of variety, but therefore we got chimeras, so we still got a bit of diversity in this. And I wonder, what style do you play on Twisted Meadows? With these starting positions, obviously you move towards the mercenary camp. That's great help, that is healing early on, and one of the best items. And Moon, dude, he is truly blessed by Fortuna, Illusion, whatever it is. Big Invo Potion slippers, but LawLiet can't complain, get the slippers as well.
Hopefully that's a clean creep by both. You want to get full experience here. And looks like that's working out well. It's going to be a fast level 2 for both players. And Merc Camp opened up. Mercenary hires here also very important. You want to make sure that you don't give away your Berserker. If your opponent gets both Berserkers in the first night time, you're going to be in for a lot of trouble.
And LawLiet doesn't go for one. He is teching quite fast. But that's about it. No Shadow Priest, no Bursey. Interesting. Did we miss something here?
Yeah, that's a bit unusual. That Shadow Priest is normally very popular. Again, it's healing. Again, Demon Hunter loves every bit of healing. Normally, this is the #1 hero where Shadow Priest is a priority. But LawLiet may be saving for something else. He's going to the shop early, buys a circlet, one of Mana Steel sold.
But that's the thing, like, he doesn't have a bigger bank or anything. Okay, he built an archer instead. I'm confused.
He could have perhaps tried to go for the double Bursey Steel, but there was no Wisp up there even, so he didn't actually attempt it. Yeah, I guess he's up one archer, down one Shadow Priest. I like the Shadow Priest though. I like that healing.
You do, huh? Okay. Well, LawLiet is for damage. So
Expo
is
timing.
Yeah. But he saw it, right? Did he see
instant.
it? Okay.
Instant, yeah, he saw. And Moon should have seen that it was seen. And LawLiet going for counter expansion. Let's go, baby. 2-base time.
I heard that's the best way of enjoying a Warcraft game.
That is for the true Warcraft connoisseur out there. The most beautiful way to play this out. This might mean a lot of Dryad play on tier 2, which is something that Moon is very familiar with, very strong with. We also saw that yesterday against Focus, who seemed to stand no chance against the mass Dryads. But if then again, both players are going 2-base, maybe there is a window also to go tier 3 and just a lot of bears.
There's a lot of opportunities here. We can play with the Zeppelins once again. There's a lot of them available.
A player's forces are under attack.
Wisp confirms, okay, you're home, you're defending, you're off the map, I have a little bit of freedom. LawLiet got Claw, Slipper, Circlet, Ring of Superiority. No boots though. And is it Naga time again? Yeah.
Wisp scouting here, very important, trying to figure out what's going on. Moon hasn't seen the expansion yet, by the way. This is the big edge for LawLiet. He knows what's coming. Moon right now might be thinking he's going to try to all-in me with bears and might go for the wrong play. Starting too much on Dryads, we'll see.
Oh, I tried to close the gap here with the invisible archers. Not the case. Wisp snipes everywhere. And we got a Demon Hunter Naga mirror. Rare to see in this meta.
Both players looking for kills. Getting the Bursey especially would be phenomenal. Can the Naga get in range for the Cold Arrow? Both looking for the Bursey kill. Alright, first little bit of exchange here between the heroes. Naga for LawLiet taking a heap of damage. TP pass. With that, she survives, and the time has been bought for the Tree of Life to be up. And I think Moon still isn't aware of this Tree of Life.
I don't think so either. But I am aware that Xaxeth is coming in with the 11-month resub.
Monthly, thank you for the awesome entertainment and looking forward to a great weekend.
Thank you very much, Xerxes. God King of Persia. Who's going to be the God King of Night of Mirror today? I guess that's what we're going to be figuring out by the end of this Thursday. 2 Night Elves still waiting in the wings. With life and ColorFul later on. Moon is going to be creeping up the expansion first, but LawLiet is right behind. This is almost no timing difference.
Exactly. But the town portal is gone on LawLiet's side. It's of course 325 gold, and on a big map, you gotta play then very, very careful or reinvest. Tree is making his way as fast as possible to the gold mine to the root. Naga levels are looking fine. Class +8 for Moon is solid, especially in the creeping phase. Damage is never wrong. And we don't have any tier 3s yet. Is he willing to go into a Dryad Mirror with Moon?
A player's forces are under attack.
Old mercenary pickups here by LawLiet. Love to see this. Wait, no, it's Mud Golem actually going to Moon. Oh, that's a very strong slow. If you can keep the Muddy alive, that's so good early on when there's no abolish yet. And Muddy is still barely alive. Catches the Berserker. First big kill going to Moon.
BTW Muddy in the chat, everybody. We see it more and more and more as the counter to Demon Hunter players. Very nice addition. Quick thinking by Moon as well. And yeah, losing a Berserker just like that without any impact puts a little dent into LawLiet's gears here. No TP anymore. The Berserker got picked up, and Moon seems to be aware of that Expo play now.
Scout for Moon. I was wondering why he wasn't scouting for so long, but now he did scout, but didn't see the main base. Didn't see if there's a tech or not. LawLiet still with a lot of Berserkers. He has hired 3 total this game, got another one from his Merc camp, and his piercing damage, of course, amazing against Dryads.
The best you can do. On the other side, Moon gets a flute for an all-range army. That is nice, even though the big Dryad damage is coming from the poison. Can still help, especially when you have Berserkers. Now, Moon with an attack. The laboratories aren't available yet. Or the sappers there is, but that seems to be the play for Moon. We don't have Nature's Blessing.
Good bone chimes found here for LawLiet. Not useful at all right now, but maybe worth keeping because it's going to be amazing if we go to bears. But he's not going to try to appreciate that. Those are sold for Heal Scroll and Invuln instead. And both are at 50 supply. It looks like both are sitting quite solid on their 2 base economy.
Is LawLiet aware that Moon is so close to his expo? Looks like it. He's going for an AP to snipe incoming ones. Moon's Demon Hunter here. Frivolous on the way. And this is a little bit of a creep jack. Forcing a town.
Moon is still hurt on the Demon. I don't think he can fight him.
Yeah, never.
He does have a Tele Staff, but no Staff of Preservation. He's going for a Shredder. With that going into Upkeeper's Moon.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. Close to 3. He has a bit of an advantage here, but can the big Invul lead to any victories? Who is the best Dryad Mirror player right now?
Heal Scroll committed early. Fog Lightning comes in. Moon's got the Fog Lightning advantage. There's the level 2 zap. Heal Scroll also by LawLiet. Invul on the Demon is over. No, wait, never mind. He still has it. This Demon Hunter, despite low HP, staying in this fight for so long, Invul now forced on the Naga. LawLiet trying to trigger the enemy TP.
In sync kills on the Berserker. Moon with an extraordinary fight here. LawLiet has to TP out. He was the one who creepjacked. This is a grand fight. The Shredder and the leveled up Naga. This has been amazing, and now the doors are wide open for the Bomberman onto the Tree of Life. Can the tree snipe this? Otherwise, doors are wide open for Moon in round 4.
Blow up the AP maybe. Does he have the time? The Sapper is big. Who is it gonna reach? Towards the Tree of Life we go, but it's not down yet, of course. Whisper peers in, but Whisper taken out. There's no mining right now happening here. Big supply lead, big gold lead by Moon.
Oh, Moon is the big favorite here. He's inches away from round 4. Demon Hunters both incredibly hurt. Naga doesn't hit hard. Of course, the next Fork Lightning is available now. LawLiet is just limping, bleeding, bruised away from these fights. His Expo is still standing, but Moon is light years ahead.
Tapping back on the Demon, he can almost fully heal from these Moonwells. So much gold still upon him. Lumber was low, the tech is now late. LawLiet there is almost a 2-minute lead, but the numbers, supply, clearly on Moon. He might be falling back now with the Shredder to get that Lumber econ rolling. Moon has an edge right now and doesn't want to just squander it. Looks like he keeps on pressing on.
Oh man, and that comes at a very opportune moment. Demon Hunter so hurt, no more Moon Juice. And the Rock Golem, of course, incredibly dangerous as well. Ring of the Archmagi helps a little bit. Moon on the left-hand side, not pouncing on the creep, but tripling down on Berserkers.
Big Invuln, by the way, still available even with the Demon Hunter having been so hurt earlier on. That Invuln is there, one on the Naga as well, the small Invuln, and 2 heal scrolls. This is a damn hard push to hold.
LawLiet investing into his Shredder that helped Moon in the defense. How do you heal with the first redo of the game? That's nice. Moon is not on tier 3. He has a big advantage now, but can he close it out?
Doesn't have the Master Training yet, Neo. He doesn't have the Lumber for it at the moment. The Shredder is a little bit AFK currently. It's hard to regroup with the Zeppelin. In the meantime, the Moonwells are going down. LawLiet can't even make bears. Doesn't have enough Moonwells.
Has to stay at 50. Can invest his gold into items, of course. Demon Hunter needs to be in fighting shape, but every Moonwell hurts so much. We're not building him back just yet. Could do so at the Expo and make this the new main base. At the same time, we're scouting for expansions on the left-hand side, but Moon not interested in that. He is stalling so much time to catch up to the tier 3 tech.
So much production still to go for before he's on even footing. Not even talking about him trying to get the edge here. Moon may be down in tech, but he's got so many other advantages.
LawLiet's dream of a tier 1 tournament win. Once again, far, far, far away. Coming into this tournament as a top 4 finisher in B Cup. Hopes were high, but a devastating losing streak. And now, the strongest Moon of 2024 might seal the deal here. LawLiet needs a defense of a lifetime.
3 bears to attempt it with. Moonwells have been getting rebuilt also at the expansion. This is still not going to enable him to produce above 50 though. This just gets him to 50 supply. Moon. To be honest, he's also been only at 60. His army's just been looking a bit more impressive. But he's not going to try to tempt fate right here. Doesn't want to fight against the bears yet. He did the damage he wanted to. TPing back. He's of course expanding again. Good old Moon Meadows. And now he is tier 3. Ready to go for bears himself.
There was a wisp on the left-hand side. I'm pretty sure LawLiet knows about this Expo on the left-hand side. It's so tough to crack this triple Berserker damage output, man. Like, if you have mostly Dryads, what do? Fork Lightning, of course. LawLiet in a little bit of a desperate play, going for a counter expansion.
Levels here now on Moon as well with 4-4. To be honest, LawLiet is not far behind. He's got some really good items as well. Ring +5. I feel like we're seeing every game these last couple of days. Should be once more very good on the Demon Hunter. Still a big map. Maybe there's still a window for LawLiet here to get back. But if a fight breaks out right now, Moon would be hugely favored here, up at 70 supply.
Yeah, there's no chance. LawLiet lost the Hunter's Hall. He can't go for any upgrades right now, which hurts. 1-1 against 1-2 with 2-2 on the way. And Moon reading this game so well. Creepjack again.
LawLiet should have the time to get the item here. Inventory slots are available. And, Cell of Silence. Pretty bad against Dryads with Dispel. Fork Lightning is in. The Creepjack is here. LawLiet's gonna have to back off. Trying to save those bears. Maybe. Can't quite get it. Zeppelin was too hurt. It's a quick level 5 for the Demon for Moon.
And a whooping 20 food lead. Moon breaking into high upkeep. Oh, cancels it now. That would have been too expensive. Tree waddling over, has to creep the expansion by himself as we get the nulls. I fear LawLiet expansion bottom left has not much time to live.
Might be a short-lived existence. 20 seconds out still. Maybe it's not even gonna finish. LawLiet at least has lots of gold. The 2-base economy still looking good. Lumber a bit low, but thanks to the Shredder, that should also equalize. LawLiet is not in a bad spot, but Moon's spot is just looking way better. Also with him now opening up the 3rd base.
Definitely a cancel, left-hand side. Second red spot for LawLiet. He is behind in XP. He needs this camp. He needs multiple camps to be able to catch up, but he doesn't have the time. Moon again, right on his throat. He got another Staff of Silence, another useless item, as there is so much Dispel. Demon Hunter by Moon, almost stuck there. Can't really get him out. There was an Invo Potion as well. We're going for the production building. Moon is going for the 3-1.
Does seem to be surrounded right here, but should be able to fight out as well. TP is coming in, Invo Potion on the Demon. Now he can rejuve during Invuln. And normally when you fight at home, you have the big advantage of Moon Juice. But there is 0 Moon Juice. Never mind, there's some behind the Moonwells, but hard to get to.
Oh boy. The tree, can it help? Big damage output. Zeppelin here, Shredder needs to be in the defense, but he also needs that lumber. Moon is distracting so well from his 3rd base on the left-hand side. LawLiet's Demon Hunter crumbling, breaking the focus with the Zeppelin. Saving these bears. He's trying everything to stay in the Super League.
Berserkers rejoining into the fight after the creep mission, and this seems to be an easy fight for Moon. Superior numbers, superior levels, maybe even the items a bit better. Demon, though, about to die. Oh, big mistake by Moon. Doesn't pass the Invuln in time. Loses the hero, gives the level up to the opponent. TP out to minimize losses in the follow-up. That was a bit of a fumble by Moon, but still seemingly with the lead according to the numbers.
So you're telling me there's a chance? You are telling me there's a chance? LawLiet's still in this. Fighting power. We got a tree up right-hand side. 1 minute left. Moon did creep the camp on the left and now moves on to the map again. Demon Hunter back from the tavern. He was filthy rich, of course. Is the follow-up push enough to break LawLiet finally?
Moon spending his gold here. Doesn't even have much of a big bank left, but enough to get a heal scroll. Ooh, if Moon pushes into the enemy main base without TP and receives another punish, then the door might be indeed wide open. Supply lead of 15 though for Moon.
LawLiet is evening out the XP. Level 5 Demon Hunter both sides. We still keep the Staff of Silence. We got the double orb up. That's a big advantage for LawLiet. Plus, of course, a couple of Moonwells and the Sharp Axes. He can't rebuild at the moment. The Lores were both killed. They finish in time. Here we go. Round 2.
Mana burn onto the Naga. Demon Hunter is now both out of mana. Zeppelin can help in the defense. Naga perhaps going to try to snipe those. We're waiting for the Fork Lightning still. Rejuvenation a lot being used on both sides. Big heal scroll being committed. A heal scroll that LawLiet doesn't have to fight with as the Demon Hunter almost goes down. He's being stabbed to the main base. Needs to fall back though. He needs more healing.
The entire Night Elf army wearing a Crimson Mask for LawLiet. This is like, what, 200 HP combined? Bears are closing in. The walls are closing in. Another potion. The Demon Hunter is still alive. When there's a demon, there's a dream. But the supply is looking horrendous. Moon, double the food. And now it's Demon Hunter, Naga, Shredder that keeps LawLiet in this tournament.
Alarm clocks are ringing, Neo. This dream is coming to an end. It's time to get up and face reality. Because it is looking now clearly like there can only be one winner. It is Moon, Moon, Moon time. Once again on day 2 in this first match of the day.
If LawLiet can stall a bit more time, he got a huge window here with the 4th base coming up. He gets 1 kill. Staff is off cooldown. Gets a bear, interestingly, with the Demon Hunter in a bit of jeopardy, but Potion is up. LawLiet unwilling to tap out. Moon has to choke him out and go for the TKO. Demon Hunter, this time, Invo Potion before.
LawLiet has very strong reinforcements, of course, with the Lores being so close. He's got triple Lores to produce from. Now he's getting the level up to the Naga. Demon Hunter was hurt again, being staffed out. Back at home, healing up. He's got a Telestaff to rejoin into the fight. Not fully on in the green, but good enough, I guess. Staff is on the right target. This one's not going to be interrupted. First hero back in the fight now, and Moon looking for more kills. Not too far away from level 6 anymore.
The supply lead was with LawLiet for a little bit. He was 40 food down, and he makes it somewhat even. Demon Hunter again in trouble. Staff! So necessary! Always to the left-hand side. Gotta be quick. Are there any potions available? Naga needs it too. Needs redo. Needs some help! And he saves the Naga last second.
Oh my god, LawLiet. This could be the hold of a lifetime. He is staying alive. He's got 4 bases as potential coming up. And this looked like the hold. This looked like the hold for LawLiet. What the hell is happening?
Wait a minute. This Naga, the potion might be out of stock. Last bit of moon juice. Do we have a redo? We need the redo. The Naga's dead. Level 6. Are you kidding me? The bears will be wiped here as well. Triple kill for Moon. And the old standard is back. Jesus Christ, what a game.
Trying to get the return kill. If he kills the level 6 Naga, he would make it to 6, but the Dryad is here to slow down the demon just a bit. He's got the boots though, he's fast. Can he kill her off with the rejuve? Seems like that should be a save. The bear also going into master form. The demon returns, and now it's time to fight back. LawLiet, it seems like he almost had it.
Naga
he has
back.
enough to get the mana back.
Naga
back.
Here we go. Roar. Can't reach though. The micro on both sides is extraordinary, fighting for dear life. We gotta mention Moon's main base empty, LawLiet's main base empty, but the underdog is up on 3 bases, and Moon was the first to expand on the upper right-hand side. The sheep block, Muddy is coming in, but it is LawLiet's Muddy to, is Moon's Muddy to the rescue.
LawLiet has expos up absolutely everywhere. This is something Moon wasn't scouting for too well. Since he had the Shredder, I guess he didn't have that many Wisps. Finally, Moon back in the main base, trying to recover, doing healing now. Still up a lot in supply, but LawLiet's income is spiking like crazy.
Ooh, boy, still needs time. He can go up to 100. There's another base coming, by the way, on the left-hand side. He's gonna be at 4 bases. Moon is mining at for 4,000 still. We got another brawl right here. Demon Hunter for LawLiet is hurt.
LawLiet can't really fight here, but maybe the goal is just to buy time. Get a few more kills here and there. Muddy taken out. 07. Naga has to TP away as well. Good saves here by Moon, holding on to his low HP. Demon! Hidden staff with the rest!
Oh my god, I almost got a heart attack here. Not like this. Okay, we play a big game of whack-a-mole here on Twisted Meadows now. Moon has to clobber down multiple bases to prevent LawLiet from getting back to 80 or above. On the other side, Moon has 1,500 gold as he barely lost anything. 3 upgrades. He's maxed out in that regard. By the way, still didn't get a second orb for the Naga, and we have Tornado unlocked. These ultimates might end the game at some point.
Moon has to make sure that he's the one mass expanding here. He's got the resources for it. He could put down 1 Tree of Life at every gold mine easily. And I think that is what he's going to try to do now next. 2k gold on Moon. We're going to the shop, picking up more items. Every heal scroll and every invul that is available will be picked up.
The base on the right-hand side is the best protected one. I'm not sure if Moon knows that there's an expansion left-hand side. Bears were able to morph. LawLiet willing to brawl. We don't have mana for the metamorphosis. It's a bit of wasted skill point at the moment. We got a big brawl, but Moon with 2 heal scrolls.
Mana low HP, he's got the TP, Fort Lightning in, but still healing with the rejuve. The rejuve is running through. LawLiet doesn't have Dispel to get rid of the heal.
Oh my god, he got a Fairy Dragon instead, which doesn't really do too much. 69 food, nice. It does quite some damage, we gotta say, this one Fairy Dragon. Demon Hunter in trouble, Steph on cooldown. How do you save this DH? And how do you save your tournament life? The Moonwell is so close, yet so far. Somehow, he survived this.
In the back of the expansion, not many units, but maybe the AP
diving.
is helping. Staff out, saves him one more time, but no moon juice in the main base.
And how do you get in? How do you get back in? Naga versus Demon! Staff out, but what's the Naga gonna do now? Gotta TP out in a second, trying to get the staff back in. Fork Lightning, TP, level 7, level 6. This is nuts.
Trying to take her out now. Over to the Moonwell. There was a little bit more healing. Demon this whole time has no mana for the Metamorph, but enough right click for the kill. Here,
Oh,
surely.
no.
Naga goes down. Double level 7 on Moon. And that's gonna do it.
Has to. Level 3 evasion is mental. Now, 2 bases only for LawLiet. Down from 4 to 2. He wasn't able. The entire map is occupied already. Moon with the 3rd base. This has to be his game. Victory lap for the 5th race.
Insane by LawLiet here to almost pull off this hole, but it wasn't quite enough. He's close to double level 6. At this point, though, can that really save him? Moon has been working with immense amounts of resources. It seems like he hasn't dipped below 1,000 gold in now over 5 minutes. This Mass Expo play has been working out really well for him. It almost seems to be turning the game around for LawLiet, but Moon has been getting too many kills. He's been too ferocious. He hasn't been allowing a way back in. And Moon is looking for more blood.
Yeah, and with all that evasion, how do you kill this beast of a Demon Hunter? LawLiet knows that there's barely a chance, but he's got to try. New bears coming in, so much. Redo will keep all the heroes alive, most likely. Hopefully, the Fairy Dragon still sweet. We got level 6, but no mana. Double level 6. Any hero kill here? Any Hail Mary to turn the tide?
Oh, Naga in trouble again. This time she's going to have to TP to save herself back to the main base. Where's that one? Oh, it was walking over to the gold mine. Needs more healing still.
Okay. 3 bases versus 2 with the tree walking over. So far away from the main, so far away from Moon Juice. Moon has wisps on all of the 2 expansion locations. He knows what's up. We got sappers, right hand side. This tree didn't fully heal up. Don't blow yourself up!
Yeah, how did you not see that coming? They were way too close.
Oh man, and Moon is now enjoying his time. Double Chimera Roost. This is the end then. This is the end. LawLiet
Looks like it will be. Another gold mine is being taken out here. Lots of gold still in there. LawLiet even expanding towards where the Tree of Eternity is going, towards the natural. Cheeky play, and why not? He's got those resources easily. He can use them. And he's got that giant army still.
LawLiet's so keen on getting rid of this upper right base, but then there's another problem on the left-hand side. There will be another problem on the bottom left-hand side, and Moon is just whacking one tree after the next. An AP on the right-hand side. There's just counters everywhere.
And taking out the former main base might be the biggest prize Moon can go for. There's a bunch of Moonwells there. There's all the production in there. And if he goes for that attack into the bottom right, how is Moon going to get over there? We're seeing a tornado in Moon's main base. The tornado is trying to take out the Moonwells. Did take out 2 of them. Moon can afford to remake.
Yeah, 1800 gold, man. He's so rich. Naga's in trouble. Demon has no staff. Needs to pass it, then use it. Oh, didn't pass it. Naga has a town portal, of course, but now the TP back. He sees the chimeras as well. Is there any hope left in LawLiet's body? There's not. The ascendant continues. Moon, Wax Fly, Wax Focus, Wax Starbuck, and now LawLiet falls to him as well. 5th race activated. And the favorite, according to the stats, in LawLiet has been eliminated.
Moon keeps on impressing, dude. What a showing again. Drops 1 map, but other than that, very convincing once more. This is Moon with his 4th win in a row, and only the 3rd map dropped yet, by the way, in the Ascension. What a return to greatness. Amazing to see for Moon. Amazing to see for his fans, of which there are so many out there in the Warcraft world. How much longer can this hype train go?
Unbelievable, dude. Unbelievable. Kudos to LawLiet. He made it incredibly close, especially on map 4 here. Almost started a turnaround. That fight on the right-hand side did him no good at all. The defense was insane, dude. Moon pushing with 80 versus 40 supply. And he bent LawLiet, but he couldn't break him. We were on the road to, like, one of the biggest comebacks we've ever seen in a Warcraft game. But Moon, man, too experienced, too much routine. Fell back, did close it out. Man, people say Night of Mirrors are boring, but that was a hell of a series.
Yeah, That was quite fun indeed. Moon showing that even in his old age, even in a matchup where it seems like innovation is hard to find, Moon still finds those little moments that he can improve on. Also yesterday, I feel like especially against Starbuck, the way he was able to make Warden work on Hammerfall, some little moves here and there, Demon Hunter movement and stuff. Like, these are these little edges he's finding, and also today doing so a lot with expansion play, doing so with Chimera play. It is a lot still about bears, sure, but Moon is finding his windows and his unpredictability still on the outset.
And something that's so simple, but we have to point out, scouting. The scouting was nuts. The scouting on the bottom right-hand side expansion on Last Refuge was frame perfect, basically. Also on Twisted, it took some time to identify that there's a base at the bottom left-hand side and on the bottom right-hand side. But once he figured that out, just perfect adaptations, man. It was so good. And just has to do it 2 times again. Now, no Korean Derby anymore. This will be Korea versus China, with China sending 2 players, of course. The first one is Life.
Yes, indeed. Life, who had a decent start into the season, starting off with 2 wins, then 2 losses, couple of wins, couple of losses. As we mentioned earlier, though, a very, very cold streak towards the end of the season. In fact, you could make the argument Life had the worst end of the season out of everybody. He had 6 losses in a row in the last 6 matches. That is worse than Fly, even. I suppose he got more points, but still 6 losses in a row. That looks like a big cold streak indeed. Not what we were expecting from Life. Certainly not what I was expecting from Life. Before this tournament, in the months leading up, also in last year, we had many highlight, standout moments by Life where he showed amazing potential, where he looked for a long time, like the best Night Elf, where he had the highest elo for a long time, as the best performing Night Elf. But so far this season hasn't been going well. Question is, can he also find his true potential and do better, just like Moon's been doing?
We're gonna be figuring that out in a bit. We'll see how far Life can take it. And we go into all the stats, of course. But man, I'm almost out of breath a little bit, I gotta say, after that Twisted game. Thankfully, we got a little bit of support across the past couple of weeks, and that's coming from our dear friends at Rogue Energy. You saw me chugging that just a second ago. And apparently, it's Labor Day, and there's a little bit of a sale going on at our friends of Rogue Energy. Hey, go back. I wanted to show that sale. Go back. Homepage. Come on, there we go. Labor Day sale. Buy 1 tub and get 1 for 50% off with the coupon code BOGO50. And to save more money on top of that 50%, use the coupon code B2W for another 20%. They support you if you have long casting sessions for like 206 games across 7 weeks. I mean, that happens to all of us every once in a while. Rogue is there for you. Also helps you in the summertime with electrolytes if you need them, or if you've been drinking. We're getting old. We need these electrolytes after drinking. Or in the evening hours to replace your tea with the chill formula. Just a bit of powder out of the tub into the water, into the shaker. Shake, 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 shake. And rehydrate, refresh, re-energize with Rogue. Thank you very much.
RogueEnergy.com. Use our coupon code B2W for 20% off. I wonder, can Moon keep up this performance? Can he keep delivering the way he has? This is a really impressive run already, and I love these storylines now. I love to see players seemingly close to the end, down in the lower bracket, or in this case in the Ascension early stage. They would have to have an insane run. These are some of my favorite moments in big tournaments, these big runs, and Moon right now is on a big run. How much longer can it keep on going, though? I wonder. Is Life going to be the one to bring it to an end? I'm expecting yes. I think Life here is going to play an outstanding game number 1 and game number 2. But maybe Moon is just not going to allow it today. This is, and I'm so glad to say, this is the best Moon we've seen in a long, long time.
Also the best community we've seen in a long, long time. Karubik with the 10 gifties. Remo's talking about life playing outstanding and Moon being outstanding. To me, Karubik is outstanding with the big gift sub bomb. Also, Knuffy, thank you for the 51. Much love, you guys. Much love. We are...
Thank you.
Yeah.
Hey.
Go ahead.
Thank you for the outstanding support, guys. Looks like, judging from your contributions today and yesterday, you guys are very excited for this Super League playoff stage. And how could we not be? It is the best players in the world in the biggest tournament of the year so far, I think is fair to say. And the big decisions are already underway. With this result a moment ago, first 4 players are eliminated from the tournament. Fly out, Focus out, Starbuck out. Those 3 are going to have to play relegation for Season 2. And now, of course, also LawLiet out in rank, what is that? 12. This means for him, prize money purse of $600. Not bad. And also means he doesn't have to play relegation. So maybe he can keep his focus on doing better in the next season.
Thank you. Deep in thought for the 500 bits. Much love. Yeah, that is surely a bit disappointing for LawLiet, but the end of the season really wasn't his. And then you end up on rank 12, right behind Starbuck. Phantom Aces eliminated. Pato cursed them all yesterday in the little video snippet that he sent us. We have some stats prepared, but what we also have prepared is you guys. You guys have sent us little video snippets here, and we have received from... no, not for real PJ again. We have received one from very far away. That is super cool to see. The international Back to Warcraft community coming together. This greeting was sent to us from Siberia. Here.
Damn.
Hello, Back to Warcraft. My name is Leo. I'm from Russia. This tournament so far was amazing, fun. Especially those Fly versus Labyrinth games were insane. I mean, if you didn't watch them, you gotta watch them. I think I've been cheering for Happy for all my life because he's like goated. He's the best gamer of all times. But Labyrinth, he's been showing really good results this tournament, so I'm pretty conflicted about the finals. Will it be like classic 40 against Happy, or maybe it will be spicy on that mirror with Labyrinth against Happy in the finals? But if it's gonna be on that mirror in the finals, it's gonna be Happy gonna show Labyrinth his place, I think. So yeah, I'm pretty excited about the playoffs. Guys, have fun, okay? Have fun. Don't do balanced discussions in YouTube comments, okay? Just keep it to yourself. Peace.
Undeads represent! That was cool, man. That made me really happy. Cool, dude. Nice to see some undead representatives next to us. See, it's not just us who fan the undeads.
Yeah, in this tournament so far, in the Ascension, we're having to wait for the undeads quite a long time. Neo, did you know? Until the undeads start playing, it will be the second to last day. Because they've been outperforming everybody. Unbelievable.
Save the best for last. What it is, isn't it? I guess so. Who was that? That was Power Forces. I think he also goes by Leon, if I understood that correctly in the beginning of the humbled though. But very nice fella. We chatted a bit yesterday. Really cool. Really nice. If you want to be present on the Back to Warcraft broadcast as well, send it to me via Discord, send it to me via email. We've seen Vesti, we've seen Pato, we've seen For Real PJ, and now our Siberian friend as well. We haven't heard from the humans. And you know, the humans are laying really low. We don't hear too much from them. They just keep on winning. We'll see if that comes later down the road. But you hear the sound, the most beautiful sound in the world. And that's the starting Warcraft game, followed by probably a join bug. But you've been fanning or predicting that Life is gonna do very well here, Mr. Remo. Did you check Warcraft 3 info? Because I got some bad news for you. All that Moon does is win, win, win no matter what. The last win of Life against Moon was at a WGL monthly tournament in 2019.
I saw that as well. By the way, I think we should use Flow TV. They're back on CN North too, and I think we are
they?
part of the problem that's causing the join bugs.
Okay.
Now with the Chinese players back in, we're back on CN North too. I saw those stats as well, Neo. I saw them and I disregarded them. I didn't care about the stats on the first play day. Moon made it through. Don't care about the stats. What are stats? Stats are just numbers. What are numbers? Numbers are made up. This is all made up nonsense. The truth comes from me. And the truth is, Life is gonna win now.
Yeah, I saw that Reddit thread where you dropped the truth bombs. People were agreeing with you left and right. Thank you, Young Fang, for the bits. Okay, I trust the stats. I believe the evidence. I'm a big fan of learn from history, and what we learned from the history of Moon versus Life is that Moon is going to destroy him. But I've also been 100% wrong in my predictions here thus far. Starbuck was, according to stats and me, the favorite going into yesterday. Eliminated, no chance. LawLiet was, for me, the favorite for today. He was eliminated, no chance. So maybe this is indeed where it ends for Moon.
It would be a bit sad. It would be, of course, epic to see Moon go all the way. Like, seriously, imagine if Moon made the grand final. This would be the craziest run, I think, of any tournament ever. We have had some crazy runs in the past. If Yaws had won WCA, that would have been the craziest tournament run, actually, of all time. And he got so close, Neo. He got so close. Do you remember that game on Turtle Rock? Close position? Oh, it seemed like he had it already. God damn.
Can't disregard Creo, of course, at WCG 2007. But yeah, like this Moon in an ascension phase is kind of contradicting what happened a lot in the 2000 era, where we also used this ascension system quite a bit. But since Moon was so dominant in the 2000s, he was already in the grand final in most of the televised Korean tournaments as the defending champion. So this is how he was racking up all that money, and this is how he got the crazy win streak on televised events. Now, 20 years later, he finds himself on the opposite side of that story, and he's the one with the run. Oh, how the turntables.
Yeah, a legend in this game. I imagine everyone who got into Warcraft somewhat early, and by somewhat early I mean like before 2010, the first big star player you heard about was probably Moon. Or it may have been Grubby. You know what? It may have also been Grubby. But
Grubby.
Moon and Grubby, of course, those were the big names, the big legends in the early years of the game. And throughout the years, we cockroaches established more star players. And for a long time, it seemed like Moon wasn't one of those star players anymore. If only he could always play like this, man, we would see him more in tournaments doing well. But hey, let's not decry the past. Let's be glad about the present. And we are very glad, I think, all that Moon has been doing so well.
And cut the man some slack, right? This guy is a father of like 2 or 3. I kind of lost track. Hopefully he knows this better than I do. He's also a apparently successful businessman in Seoul, and he's slaughtering nerds left and right in this tournament. Like, how much more can you succeed?
Well, for this tournament, it's a very easy question. Keep on winning, go all the way, go to the grand final. That would truly be amazing. Can he take the next step? Can he take out Life? We shall find out as our next game begins now.
The F7 button is our friend again, Mr. Remo, as well as the color indicator. Can Moon seriously eliminate 5 in a row? Do we, by the way, have this Grim Reaper meme already? We definitely need it for Moon in this tournament. Here is the tail of the tape, everybody. Moon from South Korea versus Life from China. According to the stats, Moon goes into this as the favorite, but as Remo Demo very eloquently put it yesterday, stats are schmats, and we gotta see what's happening on the broadcast here today. The living legend, can he push it 1 round further?
Yeah, these two players haven't even had many encounters against each other, right? Since Life's return. As you guys may remember, Life retired back in 2019 and then came back towards 2023, 2024. Since then, only 4 matches between the two, despite both being very active. So over more than 1 year, only 4 matches. All those indeed went to Moon, Neil. You're right. The stats seem to favor Moon, but stats are indeed schmats.
It is a bit fascinating to me. Like, Life has one of the best Night Elf mechanics, I would say. Still, he doesn't have a crazy track record in Night Elf Mirror. He's 2-2 this year versus LawLiet. He's 0-2 versus Moon. Only against ColorFul he has a positive track record, and Kaho is of course beating everyone in these mirror matches. So that doesn't translate too well. Tells me that maybe game sense and strategies are a bit more important even in Bear Mirror than pure mechanics.
Yeah, more innovation and more strategy indeed has crept its way in, as we've seen also today by Moon. Expansion play, Chim play, Dryad play, all of that is something you want to consider today. As Life is creeping a quick level 2 here. Actually, not quite. He picked up the 2 items first. This is a very cool opening, by the way. He picked up 2 items, and he's still in time to get to the middle green camp. He healed up already to contest the next little spot.
Yeah, that was super fast. Life, of course, a ladder legend. Thousands and thousands of games every season on basically all platforms. And of course on ladder, you meet a lot of Night Elves. You should be well equipped for this gauntlet here today. He has played hundreds and hundreds of show matches on top of these ladder games, but those were mostly versus Orc and versus Human. Haven't seen him play any show matches versus Night Elves. Wonder why. Were mostly versus Orc and versus Human. Haven't seen him play any show matches versus Night Elves.